Now you might see before you the map of the United States with every single possible NBA team, all 30 of them, claiming their own states, claiming their own territories. And what we are going to be doing is NBA Imperialism. Winner take all tournament of who is the true kings of the United States of America. Now I got this idea off of the YouTube channel Bangle, who he personally got this idea off of the YouTube channel. Hold on, links are in the description. Dean's World and Bordeaux. Yeah, who's been doing these NFL Imperialism channels on Madden 23, and we're gonna be doing the exact same thing out here in NBA 2K22. If I can pull up this screen for you as well. We pick a team here on the spinner. That team is the moving, attacking team looking to seek and claim more territory. We're gonna pick a direction with this arrow. Whichever direction the arrow lands, we go that way on the map here. So let's say we have, I don't know, Denver, for example. We get Denver on the spinner and they go this direction. Well, hold on, I gotta click screens. That is, what state is this? Nebraska? I don't really know. God, I'm gonna say that's either Nebraska or South Dakota. I'll look it up later. So Denver would go in, they'd claim this territory to be their own. And what does this mean when they say, all right, we're gonna be taking over this state? That means we go over to the Denver Nuggets and we say, all right, I will give one of the players a 2 overall boost in their rating. So I'd go over to Nikola Jokic, I guess, and I'd say, here you go. Thank you so much. You're up to a 99 overall now in the roster. Also, they would continue to claim this territory. Now, let's say the arrow landed to the left, to the west, to the Utah Jazz. That would be a winner-take-all one-game tournament to determine who is the better Imperial team, the Denver Nuggets or the Utah Jazz. And the winner of that would receive the other team's best player, as well as being able to take over this territory as well. The game ends when all of the map is controlled by one singular team. Probably going to be somebody like the Lakers, let's be honest here. But that is going to be what NBA Imperialism is all about. If I made the rules confusing, great, because it kind of is. Let's just hop into it with the first game of the first team and spin the spinner. It'll become a lot more clear as we get into this game, but here we are, 30 teams, all vying to become the true kings of the world, or in the NBA's case, of America. So that means the New Orleans Pelicans are going to be going on the road. In what direction, though? They will be going, I guess that's like up, left up. How do you want to describe that? The New Orleans Pelicans. So I would say they'd be taking on the Dallas Mavericks. So Dallas is going to be the home team because New Orleans is the invading army, if you will. And we're going to have a barn burner here. Dallas versus New Orleans. Who you got? First game is going to be one heck of a matchup of size. We got CJ McCollum taking on Luka Bleepin Doncic, Herb Jones on Spencer Dinwiddie, Trey Murphy on Reggie Bullock, Najee Marshall versus Dorian Finney-Smith, and Jonas Valanciunas. Is there no Zion Williamson? Did I not get Zion? Here we go. Rosters are finally fixed. CJ McCollum versus Luka Doncic, Herb Jones versus Spencer Dinwiddie. Got Brandon Ingram back in the live versus Tim Hardaway Jr., Zion Williamson taking on Dorian Finney-Smith, and Jonas Valanciunas versus Christian Wood. Gonna be one heck of a matchup. We're not gonna be hopping into any of these games. We're just gonna be passively observing as these two teams go at it to determine who is the true superpower. And I'm probably just gonna simcast most of this. Does it even let me? Does it even let me? Can we simcast in quick play? Or am I stuck actually watching this game for the entirety of it? Really? All right, took a while, but we finally got everything set up. Pelicans at the Mavericks. Time to determine who is the king of the South, I guess, the southern, southeast-ish kind of part of America, however you want to describe it. The tip is going to go to Christian Wood, Jonas Valanciunas, who you got? And Seawood does, in fact, win the tip. Going to hop into Simcast because we're only going to watch the last few minutes of this game. Going into the first quarter, it is a back-and-forth game. Mavericks have a little bit of a lead. Remember, they are the home team. And it looks like the Mavericks are holding steady, about a 2-3 point lead here going into the fourth quarter. Slowing down Simcast. Pelicans come out. Tie game, back and forth game. We'll hop in with about 3 minutes left and just kind of see what these two teams do. Tie game. Here we go. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left. Hopping in to see who is going to make the plays, who is going to prevail, who is going to be the king of Dallas and the king of New Orleans. We got Najee Marshall bringing in the ball to a tired Trey Murphy. I'm not seeing Zion. I assume they've screwed up the rosters, but Luka Doncic is in. Good to see CJ McCollum has the ball. Everybody on the Pelicans is tired, except King Jonas going right around JaVale McGee and dunking the ball. Mavericks need a timeout. Quick check in at the box scores. Looks like Luka's going off for a Luka Doncic game, 40, 14, and 11. Whatever team he ends up on is going to be incredible. The rest of the team, not great. Tim Hardaway, Spencer Dinwiddie, JaVale McGee. As for the Pelicans, CJ McCollum's been solid. Jonas Valanciunas gave you 18 and 8. Where are my guys? Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson each played 2 minutes. Did they get hurt? Oh, injuries are off. They played 2 minutes. Can I fix this? Let's fix this. This is dumb. That the CPU will get the actual starters to play 2 minutes and then bench them. So, timeout. Oh boy, of course Luka Doncic is going to get free throws out of this. But you know what? It's worth it. Get your best players in the game. And for whatever reason, Najee Marshall is starting over Zion Williamson. You tell me, man. You tell me. I can't fix everything, but here we are. Simcast, always broken. You love 2K23, perfect game. Forgot to never call timeouts during free throws because they get stuck doing this. We're going to get set animation, which takes absolutely forever. Then they pass Luka the ball. 2 shots. Then they pass him the ball, and finally he shoots, and he's going to make his free throws because 2K believes Luka Doncic is good at free throws. And the CPU immediately subbed out Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. Well, you know what? Maybe there's just something that Willie Green sees that I can't, because it looks like they're going to try to attack without their 2 best players, CJ McCollum, going to the free throw line. Yeah, we're definitely going to hop in with like 1 minute left. These 3 minutes is just going to take way too long. But here is Spencer Dinwiddie bringing up the ball. Luka's running off a couple Iverson cuts, doesn't get anything. Kicking it out to a pin down screen for Tim Hardaway Jr. Splashing from 3. Look at Timmy go. And of course, the Pelicans without their best players, because why? I couldn't tell you. I hopped in, manually put them in, and then they took them out anyway. That's just the way 2K is. CJ McCollum, tired, dribbling the ball. Gonna run a... Guess they have a mismatch with Jonas. I don't know what's going on, but he takes the screen, takes a tough step back and misses. Jonas on the glass, puts it back up. And that's what happens when you don't have a center in the game. The Mavericks have Christian Wood. The Mavericks have Dwight Powell. And the Mavericks have JaVale McGee, and they play none of them. Jonas is just eating that mismatch alive. But here's Luka against CJ McCollum. What a matchup here. Luka kicks it out to Dinwiddie, fumbles the ball a little bit, bringing it to a kick out to Reggie Bullock. Misses, no surprise. If you're a Mavericks fan, coming the other way is Herb Jones. With Dinwiddie dribbling the ball. No, that's McCollum. Words. Got Dinwiddie on him. CJ McCollum gonna ISO up, go right around. Dinwiddie almost gets the block, but what an embarrassing defensive possession from Spencer. What are you doing? Luka with a 2-point deficit. 1 minute left, and this is where we're gonna hop in. He just goes right around CJ, jacks up the 3, misses. Najee Marshall picks up the ball, and I might be dumb because it looks like the Pelicans right now have the lead without their 2 best players. CJ McCollum goes right at Luka Doncic, gets nothing. Mavericks coming the other way. Spencer Dinwiddie on the fast break, picked up by Herb Jones in transition, spins, nothing, gets bumped. This camera's janky as hell. Dorian Finney-Smith gonna try to shoot over Trey Murphy and does tie up the game. 39 seconds left. Dallas fans are going crazy here, but CJ in transition almost hits the and one. The cameraman didn't even see what was happening. Gonna make those free throws. CJ makes the first one. Second one here. Splash. CJ McCollum, cool, calm, collected, doesn't need Zion, doesn't need Brandon Ingram. What he needs is to win this game. 2-point lead, Mavericks need a timeout. Inbounds to Luka Doncic, 19 seconds on the shot clock, 20 seconds left in game. Luka takes a step back and misses. Jonas Valanciunas grabs the rebound, kicks it to CJ McCollum, and this might be all she wrote. As here is CJ with some clutch free throws. I can't see if he makes it because this game is broken, but the Pelicans call a timeout. Maybe they want to get in their best players. You never know. CJ McCollum back for his second free throw. Come on, big boy, don't choke. And splash. No timeouts left in the game. 23 seconds, 3-point lead. Luka needs to pull out some Luka magic out of his hat, getting bumped by CJ McCollum. Dribbling the ball, not much for him to do here. Guts the step back. Not even a step back, but he misses the clutch 3, and the Dallas Luka Doncic look like they're going to go down. Luka fouls out, and CJ McCollum effectively single-handedly beats the Dallas Mavericks from the free throw line, and that is going to be game 1 of NBA 2K23 Imperialism misses another three. Door is still a little bit open, but Reggie Bullock is the last one to bring the ball up the court. Kicks it to Tim Hardaway Jr. for three. Splashes. 3.3 seconds left. It ain't over until it's over. Jonas looking for someone to pass it to. And he's got CJ right there. CJ does get the foul on JaVale McGee. If he misses one, they're still in this game. This camera angle is busy looking at JaVale McGee. And splash. Makes the first. CJ. And splash. Makes the second. Best the Mavericks could do is tie. 2 seconds left. One. Full court. Miss. And the New Orleans Pelicans knock off Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. So New Orleans aggressively goes in and dominates without their best players, because why would you play Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson? I wouldn't do that. What are we, stupid? Trade Luka Doncic with Kira Lewis Jr. We're going to do that. So Luka Doncic is now a Pelican, and what a three-headed duo, even four-headed, even five-headed duo they have now. Luka, Zion, B.I., CJ, and Jonas Valanciunas. Gonna go ahead and save that. And let's make sure we update the map as well. So Dallas Mavericks are officially gone. Gonna get filled out, beaten, Wally whooped like that and like that. Yeah, that looks good, right? That's good. Here you go. New Orleans taking over Texas, one team at a time. Who are they gonna come for next? The Rockets, the Spurs, maybe the Thunder. Anyway, we are going on to our next team. Let me bump this and spin the spinner. The Dallas Mavericks have been eliminated. First team off the board in NBA Imperialism. I don't know what we just did, but here we go. Spinning the spinner. Who you got? At spinthewheel.app. Who knew that was a website? Phoenix Suns. Going to be the next team on the block to go in and take somebody down. What direction do they go? They can't go south, but they are going to go directly to the right. And that's going to put them, that'll put them. They're going to get a free spot here. That is going to make them take over New Mexico. So we'll go ahead and do that for them. Phoenix slowly growing there. And as for the actual team, I was thinking about it, and I think 2 overalls is maybe too much. So we'll give them a 1 overall bump to Devin Booker, who's going to be up to a 92 overall. As well as, you know what, the team that wins as well, they're going to get an overall boost as well. So we're going to go to the Pelicans, and we're going to give that 1 overall bump to Zion Williamson. So the teams are going to look very solid. Luka Doncic on the Pelicans. Suns going up 1 overall, taking over New Mexico. Who is going to be the next team? Spin the wheel. We need some spinning music. And it looks like the Memphis Grizzlies are the next team. What direction is Memphis going to look to hunt? They're going south, baby. Where is Memphis on this map? So that's funny. You kind of have your choice here of who do you want to take, Mississippi or Alabama. I suppose because it's more directly south of Memphis, we'll be taking over Mississippi. Something like that. Give them a little logo boost size. And of course, they're going to get a 1 overall boost, probably to Ja Morant. That makes the most sense, right? Ja Morant currently 94 overall, officially a 95. Teams are just continuing to get better. Next team is going to be the Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are going on a hunt, and they're kind of wrapped. If you can see here on this map, they're kind of wrapped by the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. The only place they could theoretically go is down, maybe into, I guess, Maryland, right? Or is this Delaware? Or is this New Jersey? I don't know. I gave them this small part of Manhattan. It's kind of hard to do these teams on the East Coast, but the Nets are going to have a little bit of trouble getting out of there. Go ahead and spin the arrow. Who are the Brooklyn Nets going to take? Kevin Durant is healthy. Kyrie Irving is healthy. Jacques Vaughn is their head coach. And they say, I'm going directly to the New York Knicks. I'm going up, I'm going left, and I'm taking on the New York rivals. Brooklyn versus New York. Who you got? Here we go. Brooklyn at New York. MSG, the most famous place to play basketball in the history of the NBA. We got Ben Simmons taking on Jalen Brunson. Definitely a size mismatch there. Jalen Brunson shoots the ball, though. Kyrie Irving versus Emmanuel Quickly. 2 kind of undersized scoring guards. I like that matchup. TJ Warren versus RJ Barrett. And Kevin Durant versus Julius Randle. Nick Claxton versus Mitchell Robinson. Going to be one heck of a matchup. Who you got? Who you taking? I'm going to have to say it's probably going to be the Nets, but the Nets. the Nets. But of course, there is home court advantage. MSG. New York, stand up. Jalen Brunson and the Knicks taking the ball up the court for the first possession. You know, let's watch this real quick. Let's see what possession number 1 looks like with Julius Randle turning the ball over. I I mean, yeah, that's about it. Kevin Durant goes up, pulls up, and misses. All right, we don't need to watch this whole damn thing. Gonna simcast just straight into the fourth quarter. Knicks have a little bit of a lead, back and forth game here in the first. Nets taking a lead in the second. Of course, back and forth here into the third quarter. Nets have about a 9-point lead. 9 points, holding steady, holding strong, and it looks like they're not going to give it up. It is kind of close, 7 points, 9 points. The Knicks just continuously looking to go on a run. 6-point game here. Check in on the box score a little bit. Jalen Brunson has a 24-8 game. Emmanuel quickly 21. Julius Randle 16-6. Kevin Durant 27-9-4. TJ Warren 20. Ben Simmons 12-6-12. Kyrie Irving gave him 16 points as well. All in all, pretty decent game if you ask me. 6-point lead, of course, with the Brooklyn Nets. Just struggling to get the ball in the court. Patty Mills, tired, has the ball. CPU is terrible at managing stamina, unlike us in Blazers franchise. Ben Simmons takes the ball. Ben Simmons drives hard, and he's going to miss a jump hook. But he was aggressive. Julius Randle coming the other way. Jalen Brunson calling for the ball, getting ignored. Julius Randle says, I'm going to do this myself. I got one of the best defenders on me. Emmanuel quickly wide open from mid, didn't take it. Jalen Brunson open from three, and splash! The New York Knicks are making a comeback. 3-point game, 56 seconds left. Who's going to take over New York, New York? Patty Mills has the ball. Probably want to get it to Kevin Durant, but they're getting it back to Ben Simmons, who goes into the paint, and he makes a layup. Benjamin bleeping Simmons makes an aggressive move and does not pass up a layup to an open TJ Warren. Can you believe? Knicks need to answer. They need to stop and to score. Jalen Brunson brings the ball up the court. Of course, he's tired as well. Got Patty Mills on him. Not much of a defender. Kicks it way in to Julius Randle. How was that pass wide open? We got 36 seconds left in this game. Patty Mills bring the ball the other way. I guess he's running the point for the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie calls for the ball. TJ Warren calls for the ball. Kevin Durant probably going to call for the ball. But once again, they're going back to the well. Ben Simmons, the closer. Benjamin Simmons making back-to-back layups in the clutch. Who had that on their bingo cards? We'll be topping with the inbound. Going to kick it to probably Emmanuel quickly in the corner. There he goes. Quickly gives it to Mitch, who probably shouldn't do anything in the post here. And Mitch just turns the ball over and fouls. Jalen Brunson going to get the foul called. And Nick Claxton can't shoot free throws, but this is going to be it most likely. 5-point game, 19 seconds left, no timeouts. The Knicks are going to have to pull out some magic here, which they've been known to do this season, but this is a video game. This is 2K23. What you got? I got a Mitchell Robinson 3. I got RJ Barrett missing from 3. That's going to be all she wrote. Ben Simmons is going to get the ball. He probably makes his free throws too, right? Right? Nah, he's going to miss. Come on. You thought. There you have it. Ben Simmons goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. RJ Barrett in no particular rush whatsoever. Jacks up a 3. He makes this one. Missed the last one. Theoretically, there's still hope. There's still time. 2.1 seconds left on the clock. But I think unless they get a miraculous turnover and half-court heave, this game is over. Clax kicks it over. Ben Simmons gets another free throw. Boy, the end of NBA games are not fun to watch, are they? Ben Simmons up, and he makes one, and that's going to be game. 2 for 2. 1 second left. Derrick Rose comes in. Full court heave, and game is over. The Brooklyn Nets oust. I said the Brooklyn Nets oust the New York Knicks as kings of New York, as they're going to be marching on to the next round. Sorry, New York fans. Sorry, New York Knicks fans, but you are gone. Property of Brooklyn. Go ahead and make sure this is taken care of. Something like that. Can't see. Get on my way. And there we go. Nets stomp all over the Knicks. And who's going to get that overall boost? Probably going to be Julius Randle, right? That makes the most sense. You could get Jalen Brunson hypothetically, and Jalen Brunson is the better player in real life, but Julius Randle is a high-rated player in 2K, so we're going to be sending him over to the Nets for a flip with, I guess, Kessler Edwards. That's more than enough. Give Kevin Durant that 1 overall boost. I did not mean to edit his name. I'm sorry. Boom. Kevin Durant up to a 97 overall. Let's go ahead and change. We'll change Kevin Durant to a small forward. Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, and there we go. The Nets are moving on, looking like this. Patty Mills, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Julius Randle now on the team. Nick Claxton, TJ Warren, Ben Simmons, I guess, coming off the bench. I don't understand how 2K handles rosters, but that's what it's going to be. And there you have it. Knicks get eliminated in the trash. Next team is going to be, as the wheel of spinitude goes, the Spurs, the Rockets. Going to be the Rockets. Houston Rockets are on the move. The young upstart Rockets are going to look to dominate, look to upset to the South. I don't think they can dominate to the South. There's nobody to the South except Mexico. I guess you could go after the Spurs. All right, two exhilarating franchises, the Rockets and the Spurs. Not going to be a lot of talent on this mismatch. We got Kevin Porter Jr. versus Tre Jones. Jalen Green versus Devin Vassell is, I guess, the biggest high-key matchup. Kennedy Martin Jr. versus Keldon Johnson, who's probably the best player on the court. Jabari Smith versus Stanley Johnson. And Alperen Şengün versus Jakob Poeltl. Everybody on the Alperen Şengün bandwagon at this point. But who you got? Of the two Texas teams, Houston versus San Antonio, vying, fighting to be the only remaining team in the three-team Texas area. And we're going to have to skip all this. I completely forgot. Blanking out, zoning out. Spurs, of course, have home court advantage. Are they going to win the tip? And Jakob Poeltl with the size advantage does, in fact, take it. Tre Jones doing spins. First play of the game. Tre Jones bringing the ball up the court. And he's going to just go right around and then give up an open layup, kick it to Kevin Porter Jr., who does nothing. Oh, here's Alperen Şengün in the post, 3 in the key. Dribbles it back out, kicks it to Kenyon Martin Jr. Really ugly possession for the Houston Rockets. Jabari Smith trying to take a screen. Takes a long two, misses a long two. All right, we're just going to simcast this whole damn game. No need to watch this team. If it's a blowout, I wouldn't be upset about that because we don't really need to see a close game between these two, but we got a back and forth game here going into the fourth quarter. 1-point game. Spurs take the lead. Rockets take the lead. We got a tie game. Rockets take the lead. 5-point lead. 3-point lead. Back and forth affair. They're going to have us hop in for this, aren't they? About a 5-point lead here for the Rockets. 6-point lead. 9-point lead. They're really pulling away as it is currently 132 to 120. Taking a quick peek at the box score. Keldon Johnson had a good game. Devin Vassell was solid. Dougie McBuckets, Tre Jones, they just could not get a stop defensively as the rookie Jabari Smith put up 23. Tari Eason put up 22. Jae'Sean Tate, 20. Jalen Green had 16 with 10 assists. Kevin Porter Jr., 15 and 7 on his own. Spurs are going to need a miracle here. Down 12 with 50 seconds left, and they're probably not going to get it. Devin Vassell wasting precious seconds here, trying to run a play. Looks like he's finally going to get the screen from, I think that's Stanley Johnson. Jakob Poeltl going up, getting the foul, getting the and one. Is this the start of something special as Alperen Şengün fouls out? Put that hand up as Usman Garuba comes in to bail out the Turkish big man. Usman picks up the ball. I'd foul him there. But it looks like this game is going to be over. Tari Eason wasting no time, going into the post, turning, fading on Tre Jones. I don't need a highlight of this play. Thank you, 2K. As Dougie McBuckets is going to try to splash. Maybe I just pull it up right there. There you go. Dougie McBucket, open, missing. And that is going to be game. It looks like the Houston Rockets are going to walk away victors. The Spurs eliminated officially from contention as theoretically the Rockets have a talented roster. Theoretically, I'm a beautiful man who should have 8 million subscribers, but you never know until reality smacks you in the face. Josh Richardson gonna, I don't know, try to do a spin here. This camera guy is drunk. I don't know who's moving the camera, but 2-1, long 3 from Tre Jones, and that is going to be game as the Spurs get eliminated. So since they're both 83 overalls, you can kind of pick yourself, Keldon Johnson or Devin Vassell. I'm going to go ahead and do Keldon Johnson. Did not mean to press that button just because Devin Vassell would take over Jalen Green's spot, and that doesn't make a lot of sense. So he's going to be traded over to the Houston Rockets. Gotta switch somebody. Dyson Nix, get off the team. Goodbye. The team is going to look something like this. Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Keldon Johnson, Jabari Smith, Alperen Şengün. Honestly, not a horribly untalented roster. And who's going to get the 1 overall? Boom. I said boom. Probably going to give it to Jalen Green. That makes the most sense. Now up to an 85 overall. You'll love to see it. San Antonio, thank you for playing, but you are officially eliminated from NBA Imperialism. And the Rockets are going to move in and take over Southern Texas, unfortunately, for my San Antonio Spurs fans. Next team is going to be spinning the wheel. We need this to go faster. The Los Angeles Clippers. No, the Boston Celtics are going to be the next best team. And oh, I forgot to remove. Who do we remove? The Spurs, right? Get out of here, San Antonio. Good night. You know what? Because that spin was tainted, just ignore the last spin. We're going to respin. And this time it goes to the Wizards or the Warriors. Right on the line, the Wizards are going to get their pick. And what direction are they going to seek to attack? With Bradley Beal leading the way, they're going southwest, I guess. Where does that put the Wizards? I guess we'll take over Virginia. Yeah, that seems fair, right? Something like this, a very quiet, very peaceful march, if you will, from the Washington Wizards. And we'll make sure they get their overall boost as well. Now, do you want to go to Kristaps Porzingis or Bradley Beal? Tough choice. I'm going to do Bradley Beal just because he is the franchise player. He's been there longer. So 88 overall officially now for Brad. Next team on the list is going to be, I guess, next team on the offensive, right? Spin the wheel and figure it out. Is it the Nuggets? It certainly is. The only team for their squad is to the west. So let's see what direction they attack. They might just get some overall boost for Nikola Jokic, and they're going north, maybe slightly northwest. I don't know how you want to describe that. Looking over at the Nuggets. Hold on. Yeah, I guess they would just... I guess they take over Wyoming, who, surprisingly, I know, doesn't have a basketball team. Who would have thought? Or Wyomingtons. There you go. Denver getting the logo boosts in size as well. And let's just go ahead and go give Nikola Jokic another 1 overall point. Pressing the wrong buttons, as I do. Go to the Nuggets, and there is the Joker. We could theoretically give it to Jamal Murray, but I don't even know how long he'd be on the team if this team wins or loses, and it just makes sense. Give it to MVP Joker, up to a 98 overall, almost hit that 99 overall club. So next team on the list, as we refuse to play games, apparently, we're filling out all those states that nobody is in, is ironically the Utah Jazz, living right next to the Denver Nuggets. Now they might go on the offensive here, saying, you're taking our land. They're going a little southeast, if you will. And where would that take them? That's either going to take them to the Nuggets or it's going to take them to the Suns. Tough. Where would you say that? I would say that's more south than east. You know what I mean? So we'll have a Jazz-Suns matchup here. All right. Here we go. Jazz at the Suns. Mike Conley versus Cliff Paul. Battle of the aging point guards. Jordan Clarkson versus Devin Booker. Battle of the magicians. Lauri Markkanen versus Mikal Bridges will be a fun matchup. Jared Vanderbilt versus Cam Johnson, who's finally back in the lineup. Kessler Edwards versus DeAndre Ayton. Hypothetically, theoretically, should be a mismatch, but let's see how this game goes. In Phoenix, taking over New Mexico, taking over Utah, possibly, as the Suns win the tip. Cliff Paul bringing the ball up the court for the first possession of the game. Cam Johnson looks hugely tall out there with his hair. Holy crap. Cliff Paul going around, pulling up from mid and missing. I feel like we never see a make in the first possessions of these games. It's just 2 really ugly possessions, and then we just hop into Simcast. Jordan Clarkson going nowhere with the ball, kicks it to an open Lauri Markkanen in the corner for 3, and he misses as well. You know what? Forget this. Hopping into Simcast, Jazz jump out to a quick early lead in the first quarter, going into the second lead with about 8-point lead, but it's really back and forth here in the fourth quarter. No team really pulling away, but the Jazz are pretty steadily holding a 10-15 point lead here into the fourth quarter, and it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for the New Mexico Suns. They just cannot keep up offensively with the Jazz. Who would have thunk that the Jazz are pulling away like this? 1 minute left in the game, and that is going to be all. Quick checking at the box score. Cliff Paul was the highest scorer, which is a problem, 23-2-9. Devin Booker, 22-7-7 game. I mean, that's okay. DeAndre Ayton gave him 14. They just couldn't keep up. While Jordan Clarkson goes off for 24, Lauri 19, Conley 17, Colin Sexton 16, Kelly Olynyk 14, Jared Vanderbilt 12. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. The Suns did not come to play here on their home court, as they're going to get eliminated from NBA Imperialism. Can they even bring the ball into the court? Cameron Payne, I guess, subbed in for Cliff Paul. No, they're rocking the 2-point guard lineup. That's weird. DeAndre Ayton, not going to do anything here. Supposedly, I don't know what this play is. I still don't know what this play is, but DeAndre Ayton got a dunk out of it. So that'll work. Maybe if they did that earlier in the game, you would have saw more scoring for the Suns. Maybe they wouldn't have been eliminated, but here you are. Malik Beasley just going to run out the clock. Kicking it to Kessler Edwards. Kessler, I guess that's a dribble handoff. Colin Sexton doing nothing with the ball. Malik Beasley open for a long 2 foot on the line. as Kessler Edward gets pushed out of bounds. 10 seconds left. Good night, Phoenix Suns. You came, you saw, you tried, and you get an A for effort. 3, 2, 1. Cliff Ball doesn't even get a shot up. That is going to be game. Obviously, we're going to trade Devin Booker over. I know that the Jazz have Jordan Clarkson. Jordan can just come in off the bench, give you 30 minutes as, I don't know, a spark plug, because that's really what he was for the last few years for the Utah Jazz. Devin Booker going to come over, and he's going to immediately be their highest overall player. And you know what? While we're here, let's just go ahead and give D-Book that 1 overall boost as well. Officially a 93 overall Utah Jazz-ite. Utah Jazzians. So, unfortunately, the Phoenix Suns get eliminated in kind of embarrassing fashion, if we're being completely honest here, and their state is going to be taken over by Utah. Look at the Jazz roll, look at the Jazz grow. They got a little L shape going on here. So the next team of NBA Imperialism is going to be, let's make sure the Suns are gone. I always forget, there's like 7 steps that you have to do here to make sure everything goes correctly, but spinning the wheel. And the Memphis Grizzlies, Clippers are going to take over, and they really have only one direction to go, and that is to take out the team that is above them. That is to take out the one and the only Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, look how small the Clippers have here. I went off one of the maps that showed me like where the fan bases are primarily for each NBA team. Unfortunately, the Clippers, they just don't really have anything comparable to what the Lakers have. It is what it is. Clippers versus Lakers, Battle of LA, John Wall versus Dennis Schroeder. Paul George versus Austin Reeves should be a mismatch. Kawhi Leonard versus Lonnie Walker. Nicolas Batum versus LeBron James. And Ivica Zubac versus Anthony Davis. Of course, we have Russell Westbrook coming off the bench for the Los Angeles Lakers as well. Not to be forgotten, Russell Westbrook. Oh my God, this girl again. Get off my screen, lady. Now, is there really home court advantage when you're taking on the team from the basement? I don't think so, but Anthony Davis is going to win the tip. No! He loses, and the Clippers start us off. They're going on the offensive, and they're going with the first possession of the game. Setting a screen by Ivica Zubac, and John Wall kicks it. I don't know what this is, but Zubac just kind of got animated, and he makes a little jump hook to start the game. 2-0 lead. That's the first time I think anybody scored the first basket that we've seen this far into the video. LeBron James taking on Nicolas Batum. That's got to be a mismatch. Got Anthony Davis setting the screen. Zubac gets Dennis Schroeder in the corner and miss. Anthony Davis picks up the ball, misses the dunk. Oh my God. We should just watch this whole game. John Wall going through, right through Dennis Schroeder, and the Clippers jump out to an early 4-0 lead. Hopping into Simcast because, of course, we're not going to watch 48 minutes of video games play each other, but we have the Clippers taking a huge lead over the Los Angeles Lakers, but the Lakers come back here in the third quarter. About 10-point game, 9-point game, 7-point game. It's close enough to make a comeback if they want to, really. But it looks like, oh, here it is, 2-point game, 1 minute, 28 seconds left. Anthony Davis at the line, taking a quick peek. LeBron James, having a LeBron James game, 33, 12, 8. Anthony Davis, 29 and 14. Thomas Bryant, 11 and 8. Russ, 8, 6 and 3. As for the Clippers, Kawhi's been great, 28, 8 and 5. Paul George gave you a solid 24. John Wall, double-double at 22 and 11. Ivica Zubac has 11 rebounds. Look, man, this is a good game here. And unlike the Pelicans, the best players are actually in the game. Wow, who would have thought? Let's not play Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson in 2 minutes. Kawhi Leonard bringing the ball up the court, getting matched up by LeBron James. Battle of GOATs. Looks like Norman Powell faking the screen. Here comes Zubac, sets the screen on Bron. Kawhi from 3. Misses, and the door is wide open for the Lakers. Only down by 1. 1 minute left. Austin Reeves bringing up the shock troops. Got Norman Powell on him. Takes it to AD, who hands it off to King James. LeBron being guarded closely by Kawhi Leonard. And here's Thomas Bryant to set the screen. Bron gonna go right around. No, he kicks it to Thomas Bryant, who puts up the easy hook on the roll. That is going to be a 2-point lead. I thought LeBron James had a wide open lane to the hoop, but now the Clippers need a bucket. They need to answer right back. And who do they go to but the assassin, the claw, Kawhi Leonard. Gets a screen from mid over Anthony Davis, and he misses. Clippers need to stop now, otherwise the Lakers are going to upset. After the Clippers had a lead for the majority of the game, nobody stopped Thomas Bryant, and that's 2 more points for Thomas Bryant? Apparently Thomas Bryant is the Clipper kryptonite. as Norman Powell is now bringing up the floor. Clippers need to go fast. They don't need a 3 yet. They just need a score. Kawhi Leonard getting locked down by King James. Shoots up over him, and he misses yet again. Thomas Bryant kicks it to LeBron James. 22 seconds left. They got a foul. And the Lakers calling MVP chance to GOAT James. And a timeout. Here we go, LeBron James with the second of 2 free throws, and he makes it. It is a 5-point game. Another timeout because the Clippers, the CPU's broken. All right, they need a 3 and they need a foul. At this point, it is desperation time. 22 seconds left, no timeouts, down by 5. Kawhi Leonard was open, guarded by Lonnie Walker. I mean, that's a mismatch. You got to take it. They give it to Zubats in the post, who kicks it out. They're not taking any shots. Nothing's going on. Kicks it to the corner. Batum for 3. Walks away, but misses, and that's going to be game. Dennis Schroeder pulls down the rebound. 5-point game. Unless Dennis Schroeder goes absolutely AWOL, this is over. The Clippers remain in the basement as they're going to get eliminated by the Los Angeles Lakers. Kawhi wasting precious seconds, 6 seconds left. Kicks it to Norman Powell, kicks it back to John Wall for 3. And that is game. Unfortunately, the Clippers come up short. Lakers are champions. And that means Kawhi Leonard is going over to the Los Angeles Lakers as he was predicted to do all those years ago. Gonna flip him out for, I guess, Max Christie, whatever. And who's gonna get the 1 overall boost? The 1 overall bump, none other than King James himself, going up to a 97 overall. The Lakers squad now looking mean. Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. They're starting to take over the league, and they're starting to take over California. So let's see here. Clippers, goodbye. It's not a big stretch of land, but this is probably their toughest matchup, save for the Golden State Warriors, who are honestly not good in simulation. There we go. Lakers, Kings of Southern California. Now they got to take on the actual Kings and the defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors at some point. We'll be skipping on to the next team. And I have the Clippers, unfortunately, getting eliminated from NBA Imperialism. Next team, as we spin the wheel, slowly getting smaller, we have the Toronto Raptors, and the only direction they can go is south. Let's be honest, but we'll try to do our best. I kind of placed Toronto as much as I could. They're going a little down into the left, if you will. So if we look at the Raptors, down into the left, Toronto's here. Toronto's like here. I don't know Canada, man. So if I'm saying down into the left, it's between the Cavs and the Pistons. Cavs and the Pistons. You know what? Let's do... Look at this one more time. It looks more Pistons, right? A little more to left than it is down. So we'll do a Raptors-Pistons matchup. Haven't seen either of those two teams yet. Here we are, Raptors-Pistons. Fred VanVleet versus Cade Cunningham. Gary Trent Jr. versus Jaden Ivey Anunoby versus Bohan Bogdanovic. I always get the wrong one. Scotty Barnes versus Isaiah Stewart, and Pascal Siakam versus Jalen Duren. Honestly, across the board, a pretty good matchup. I don't know if that says more about the Pistons development track when Cade Cunningham is healthy, or more about the currently put together Toronto Raptors. But Detroit, one of the worst teams in the NBA. Raptors, one of the slumping teams in the NBA. Somebody's going to pick up a dub, and somebody's going to steal a player off of the other team. Probably would be either Cade or Scotty Barnes, both from the same draft classes respectively. So that's a pretty good matchup. Cade goes into lane, draws the foul, gets the and one. Great start for the Detroit Pistons. I don't know why it's giving me scouting advice like I'm controlling the Pistons, because I'm not. We're in Simcast, and the Pistons are blowing out the Raptors, but the Raptors make a huge 15-point comeback in the third quarter. Got a close game here in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes left, 5-point lead, 2-point lead, tie game. We're going to hop in. 1 minute, 14 seconds left. Killian Hayes, the comeback kid, who everybody thought was a bust, who everybody wanted to get off the team, is at the free throw line. They're also missing his tattoos. They're missing everything about Killian Hayes. He's cool now. 2K, you forgot. Killian Hayes is cool. He's good at basketball sometimes. 2-point lead for the Pistons. 1 minute left. They're going to need a bucket fast. Fred VanVleet bringing the ball up the court. Gets the nothing from Pascal Siakam. Puts a bad entry pass. Somehow Pascal gets it. Throws up a horrible layup. Misses. No offensive rebound. Jalen Duren, the rookie, pulls it down strong. And here is Alec Burks dribbling the ball. Trying to score. Trying to do something on Gary Trent Jr. And he gets a little jump hook. Misses, doesn't get his own rebound. Pascal Siakam brings the ball the other way. 48 seconds left in the game. Taking it to Fred VanVleet. He's got the great defender Killian Hayes in him. He kicks it to a moderately open Pascal Siakam, who misses. The ball dribbles around. I don't know what happened there. I'm not going to hop in instant replay because that looked janky. Alec Burks has the ball. Should probably use up a little bit of clock here. 30 seconds left in the game. They got a 2-point lead. Where is Cade Cunningham? As Jalen Duren gets a wide open 2, he misses. I gotta hop in. Hold on. I forgot about these box score. Cade Cunningham, 24, 6, and 8. They're not playing Cade. That's fine. 2K does that all the time. Bojan Bogdanovic, 22 points for him. Sadiq Bey, 15. Marvin Bagley, 14. Jalen Duren, 13. As for the Raptors, Freddie having a good game. 28 points for him. Pascal, 25. OG, 18. Scotty Barnes, 16, 8, 7. And Gary Trent with 13 himself. But the Raptors need a score here. 20 seconds left in the game. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pascal with Isaiah Stewart on him. Gets the screen. Is open for 3. Doesn't take it. Stepping back. Loses his handle. Has to give it up to Chris Boucher, who's got Isaiah Stewart on him. Now 7 seconds left in the game. Freddie, nowhere to go as he's getting guarded by the bigger Bojan. Pulls up from mid and misses. And that is going to be game. The Toronto Raptors lose to the Detroit Pistons in upsetting fashion. Unfortunately, Toronto cannot complete the quest down into America. So Toronto is gone, and it's a little jank, but theoretically, Detroit has officially taken over Canada. Who would have thunk? It is now the Canadian Pistons. They're saying, we want all this land for ourselves, and we're going to be moving on to the next round. Who I guess theoretically would you get? If this was franchise mode, you take Scotty Barnes, but Pascal, I did not realize, is an 88 overall. So he's going to be headed over to the Detroit Pistons, kind of fill a role that they need at that a 4 spot as well. Because who do the Pistons have? Cade, Bojan, Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, he's immediately going to be starting over Isaiah Stewart, as well as going to be immediately the highest rated player on this team. Going to get bumped up to that 89 overall, just a tick under 90 as the Detroit Pistons look menacing. Goodbye, Raptors. And next team on the list of this ever-shrinking wheel of NBA teams is going to be the Sacramento Kings, the Utah Jazz. Yet again, what direction do the Jazz want to hunt? Because they can't really go south. Theoretically, we could say that that's LA, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and spin it again. You can go north, west, or east. That is going to be, I guess that'd be like Montana or Idaho. You know, we'll go ahead and give them Idaho, just so we can get Idaho off the books, because Idaho is Idaho, if you didn't know. And if you don't know, now you know. Boop this, something like that. There we go. Utah Jazz haven't really done a lot, but they got a large stretch of land. They defeated the Suns, you know. So you got to give some respect where respect is due. The Utah Jazz have a whole bunch of, they basically have this wall. You have to go through the Jazz to get anywhere. If you want to cross the Oregon Trail, the Utah Jazz also going to get a bump in overalls to on Devin Booker or Lauri Markkanen. No, let's do Lauri. Give Lauri up into the 87 overalls. That seems about fair as well. Next team on the list is the Charlotte Hornets, also known as the Charlotte LaMelo Balls. What direction is Charlotte going to look to go? They're going to go basically north. Okay, fair enough. Go north. You go taking on the Wizards. Fair enough. Two mediocre teams. If you look at Arrow, I think that's about as north as you can get. So Charlotte Hornets at the Washington Wizards. LaMelo Ball versus Monty Morris, going to be one heck of a matchup. But Bradley Beal versus Terry Rozier, two kind of undersized scoring guards there as well. Of course, Terry Rozier much shorter than Bradley Beal. Then you have D-Hop versus Gordon Hayward. PJ Washington versus Kyle Kuzma should be a mismatch. And Mason Plumlee is an 80 overall in 2K? Since when? Taking on Kristaps Porzingis. Here we are in the nation's capital, Charlotte at Washington. And the tip goes to Kristaps Porzingis, and the Wizards kick it immediately up the court to Bradley Beal. Bradley is going to go off for a 60.9. I can already feel it. Kristaps Porzingis sets a solid screen, and Brad misses the first 3 of the game. LaMelo Ball bringing the ball up the court the other way. LaMelo's going to have a game of his own, as the Charlotte Hornets do not have a lot of talent. Although whoever wins is going to have a pretty interesting backcourt duo of LaMelo and Bradley Beal. Melo taking a fading 2, and he misses, and we're just going to hop into Simcast. There's a whole bunch of misses when these two teams play, but the first quarter, fairly close. Hornets have a little bit of a lead going into the second quarter, still have a lead as well. Not an amazing blowout yet, but 15 points, always enough to come back in 2K. You never know. If it ain't game 7, What's the saying? It ain't 2K if it ain't game 7. I know my own sayings that I say. We have an 11-point game here in the fourth quarter, down to an 8-point game, down to a 13-point game. You never know. 2K, 6 minutes left. 11-point game. 117, 109, 119, 111. Do we hop in? 119, 113, 121, 113. These two teams are battling back and forth. No defense is being played. We'll hop in with about a minute left. Yeah, minute 35, 6-point game, 125, 119. Washington Wizards have the ball as well. They need a score. Cut this down to either a 2 or 1 possession game. I know theoretically a 6-point game is 2 possessions, but that's 2 threes. And Kristaps Porzingis is looking tall, looking mean, and looking like he's going to score 125 to 121. LaMelo bringing the shock troops the other way. And what's he got? A couple of dribbles, a couple of crossovers. Not really any play called. It's just LaMelo Ball freestyling, and that's probably the best offense. He's getting doubled, and he kicks it to P.J. Washington, rolling down the court, getting 2 points right back as nobody rotated on defense. P.J. Washington flies. Monty Morris, starting point guard for the Wizards. Definitely a mismatch. Kick it to Kristaps Porzingis, and that is a late pass. Mason Plumlee comes in, intercepts it, and the door is starting to close on the Wizards. LaMelo Ball with another great shot. Gordon Hayward gets his shot blocked pathetically. And they're making substitutions with 50 seconds left. Okay, still a 6-point game. You got 16 seconds on the shot clock that you can just drain away. Tick, 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 tick. Terry Rozier calling for the ball, might be open. P.J. Washington comes over to set the screen. LaMelo Ball got Daniel Gafford on him, blows right by him, goes up, goes over. Floater alert. Misses though as Kristaps Porzingis plays point center for the Wizards right now. Don't trust Monty Morris. Trust Kristaps. He shoots over the smaller LaMelo Ball. We got a 4-point game. Wizards in a full court press. Terry Rozier is going to get fouled. There it is. Bradley Beal picks up his 5th. He's going to have to watch that. I think it was too early to foul. I wouldn't have done it, especially on Terry Rozier. Very serviceable free throw shooter. And Terry makes the first, and he makes the second. Wizards probably shouldn't have fouled that player there, but here you go. 6-point game, 30 seconds left. Brad needs to make something happen. He's trying to spin on Terry. He's not doing anything. He's running back to the 3-point line like Reggie. He's just going full ISO. Is this Bradley Beal in real life trying to step back? Drawing a contested 2. Does pick up the foul, though. That's 3 on Scary Terry, but we lost a lot of time off the clock. Brad having a 35-point night of his own, 129, 125, and 6 converts the free throws. Still a 4-point game. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. LaMelo Ball is going to be getting the free throws. Let's see if the young fella can be clutch. And bang. 1 for 1. And bang. 2 for 2. Wizards going to call a timeout. And it's starting to look pretty bleak. The Wizards just could not get a stop. They did not foul the right guys. Put the ball in Mason Plumlee's hand. Put the ball in Gordon Hayward's hand even. Anybody but the 2 guys that they ended up fouling. This play looks horrible. I don't see anybody open. Bradley Beal collects the ball. Tries to drive hard. Goes around Terry. Pump fakes. Loses the ball pathetically, and that's going to be game. Charlotte Hornets look to close it out. Terry does miss the free throw, though. 8 seconds left. Rui Hachimura is in the game. Jonathan Goodwin is in, jacks up the 3, and that is going to be game as the Wizards fall to the Hornets, which means Bradley Beal is officially coming over to the Charlotte Hornet squad. Here you go, Bradley going over to the Hornets, and I guess theoretically he's going to start over Terry Rozier, so Terry's going to get moved to the bench, and I'm going to give the 1 overall bump to LaMelo Ball, just so that he's also an 88 overall. I'm not sure if moving Bradley to an 89 overall. I don't know. I just feel like LaMelo Ball is the face of the franchise. He deserves to be the higher overall. And that means goodbye, Wizards. And this whole area becomes Hornet country as they're starting to put together a little bit of a team of their own. Spinning the wheel, next team on the list is going to be the Philadelphia 76ers out there in Pennsylvania. What direction are they going to go? They can pretty much go anywhere at this point. They want to go, for the most part, down. All right, Philly, you want to take on the Hornets? Is that right? How does this look? Yeah, Philadelphia 76ers at the Charlotte Hornets with Bradley Beal. I think that's going to be a blowout. I think that's going to be a mismatch, but it'll certainly be fun to watch. We got James Harden versus LaMelo Ball. That's going to be one heck of a matchup. Tyrese Maxey versus Bradley Beal as well. Tobias Harris versus Gordon Hayward. Georges Niang versus PJ Washington. And Joel Embiid versus Mason Plumlee. Now, my money is on the 76ers just because they have 90 overalls and the Hornets don't. But don't count the Hornets out. They got a pretty good team in their own right. And they are the home team because Philadelphia is on the attack. They're on the hunt. They're trying to go after the Hornets. And here is the first tip of the game as Joel Embiid loses to Mason Plumlee. LaMelo Ball bringing the ball up the court. Looking flashy with the sneakers, with the hair, with the grill. And they got Bradley Beal as his running mate. That's a major pickup. I feel like that's even realistic as Bradley Beal just kisses it off the glass. Gets 2 points starting the game off hot. Here is James Harden coming the other way. Point guard on point guard. Joel Embiid on Mason Plumlee. That's just an embarrassing mismatch. I expect Joel to drop 50 on this. I mean, no offense, as they just completely turn the ball over. LaMelo Ball running the break in transition. Here he goes. Got Tobias Harris. And okay, you know what? I thought they were going to do something fun. They didn't. We're hopping into Simcast. And the 76ers jump out to a big first quarter lead here in the second quarter. A little bit of a back and forth game going into the third quarter. And the home team up by 8. Who would have thought of that? Here they are in the fourth quarter. Back and forth game. 102, 105, 104. 107, and it looks like both teams are competing. Neither team wants to go home. Hornets have a little bit of a lead here, about 6 points if the 76ers can cut into it at all. Wow, it looks like the 76ers might get one-upped by the Charlotte Hornets. Who knew that Charlotte is going to come out on top, and they're going to be walking away with Joel Embiid if they can close this one out. LaMelo Ball, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, that's a squad right there. And here's LaMelo kicking it to PJ Washington. Kicking it to LaMelo. LaMelo for three. Dagger three. Misses. Gordon Hayward tips the ball, but Tobias Harris comes down with it, and the 76ers need a bucket fast. Down by 7. 3-possession game. Wasting time. Tobias jacks it. Pulls it up. Nobody gets the offensive rebound. Kicking it to LaMelo Ball, and that is going to be game. They're going to be dribbling out the clock. 16 seconds left, and the Philadelphia 76ers fall to the Charlotte Hornets with Bradley Beal. Who would have thought? Who would have imagined? Tick, 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 tick. It is absolutely wild that Joel Embiid is coming over to the Hornets, but their team starting to look pretty star-studded. LaMelo, Brad, Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington, and now Joel Embiid, Terry Rozier, off the bench, Mason Plumlee, Kelly Oubre. Look, man, the Hornets, they have an actual squad now. I didn't think it was possible. You didn't think it was possible, and yet there we have it. Go ahead and take away all this land that Philadelphia thought that they had, and bam, Charlotte Hornets come out on top, prevail, and they got this weird kind of alien claw look going. You know what it looks like is a security camera. So you got the top right here, goes down, down, down. This is the computer part, and then this kind of beak is where the camera is. Does that come through? I don't think it does. Anyway, here is Charlotte taking over. East Coast looking a little mean, looking a little more Charlotte-y, if you know what I mean. And boop this. Philadelphia 76ers are gone in unimpressive fashion. The list gets smaller, and we have the Portland Trailblazers. And I don't think they have any teams around them, so it's probably not going to be a huge deal unless they go directly south. They're going to go north, try to take over Seattle, formerly of the Supersonics. No problems with that. Go ahead and just bump this for them. Seattle Super who? We talking about Portland, the North Pacific, whatever you want to call them, Trailblazers. Pacific Northwest, that's what they call it, right? Right. Anyway, I'm sure Damian Lillard gonna enjoy his overall bump. Where are you, Dame? 91 overall, gonna bump up to a 92. Not bad at all. Next team on the list as we spin the wheel is going to be the Brooklyn Nets. No, the Magic? It goes to the Magic, just barely. The Magic are in a bit of a precarious spot. They go down, they got the Heat, they go up. I don't know what direction that is. Honestly. But we look here, look here, look here. Boom. I guess we'll call it the Hawks, right? I mean, it's more up and to the right. I think it's more up than down. The only team that's up to them. So let's say the Magic are here, then it's definitely more Hawks. So you know what? Let's go to the Atlanta Hawks. Magic at the Hawks. I mean, You already know who I think is going to win. Trae Young versus Markelle Fultz going to be a little bit of a mismatch, and then Dejounte Murray versus Terrence Ross, a big mismatch. AJ Griffin versus Franz Wagner, though, definitely a mismatch. John Collins versus Paolo Banchero, going to be a nice matchup. Clint Capella versus Wendell Carter Jr. Is AJ Griffin really starting? I feel like we should do a DeAndre Hunter. He's been there longer. I know AJ Griffin's played well, but come on, he's a rookie. He shouldn't be getting starter minutes. So we'll put DeAndre Hunter in at least for this matchup. Not going to be making any other changes. Let's go to Orlando, the beautiful city of Florida. City, state, what's the difference? They're all the same damn thing. And here we go. The tip, Wendell Carter Jr. versus Clint Capella. I think Clint wins, right? Take your bets? Yeah, too easy. Mice Trae bringing the ball up the court. Got Kel Fultz on him, and he just completely goes around. Gonna draw a foul, right? Right? No, but DeAndre Hunter's gonna draw an open three in the corner. Splash, baby! As the Hawks jump out to an early 3-0 lead. Kel Fultz brings the ball up the court. Looks like they're gonna run a... I don't know what this action is. Who's going to get the ball? Paolo Banchero's going to get the ball. Not going to take the three. He's got a nice two there, and he just yams it down. Nobody picks up the ball. Paolo Banchero goes flying like he does in real life, throwing it down aggressively. We're going to hop into Simcast. Good start to this game. Here in the first quarter, the Magic are pretty competitive. No defense is being played at all as the Magic are into the 80s here in the third quarter. Little defense now, finally, from the Hawks. 5-point game going into the fourth quarter, back and forth game. Who knew the Hawks and Magic would be a competitive series, but here we go. 1-point game, 107-109. Lots of scoring in this one. 116, 115, 3 minutes left. 117, 119, 118. Nobody's playing defense at all. Gonna hop in with about a minute and a half left. Tie game, 123, 123. Neither team wants to go home. Both teams got to represent the ATL and the ORL. Not quite the same. Bogey was open for a three there. Did not get the pass, and here goes Trae Youngin. Trae Youngin jacking up the three, and he's clutch, and he's dagger, and he's taking a bow. Says, thank you, Orlando Magic fans, as I am the best player on the court. And you know what? He's proving it right now. Got Cole Anthony on him. Cole's just trying to ISO up. Really ugly possession here, but he's just going to get 2 points around Trae Young because Trae cannot play defense. 1-point game, 50 seconds left in the game. Trae Young bringing the ball up the court for the Hawks. And Cole Anthony trying his best to lock down. Gonna get a little bit of a screen. Kicks it to Clint Capella. Don't know what Clint's doing over there, but Trae Young in the... driving to the hoop. Lays it up too easy. Don't know what happened there. Cole Anthony just got animated through because 2K23 defense is broken. And here's Cole. Dribbling, isoing, pulling up, taking a long two. Looks like he got blocked even though he greened it. And the Hawks look like they're going to be walking away with this one with that clutch block. Was that Clint Capella? They had one foul to give. Orlando Magic going to be playing the foul game. 24 seconds left on the clock. 26 seconds left, 24 on the shot clock. So yeah, there's only a 2-second point differential. They got a foul train, and Trae Young is notorious for making those damn free throws because all he does is go to the damn free throw line. 2 for 2, another timeout. Thankfully, there's no timeouts after this because I love timeouts in basketball. It's probably my favorite thing ever. Bull, dumping the ball in. Do we even do a box score check-in? I think I'm getting tired. We're almost at 2 hours of recording this. Paolo Banchero gave you 23 and 6. Franz 17, Mo 17, Wendell 16, Markelle 13 and 12. But Trae Young goes off for a 40-point night, 14 assist game. Bogey was okay. John Collins gave you 18. DeAndre Hunter. DJ only gave you a 14, 2, 3, 3. But when Trae Young's dropping 40, you don't need to do too much. Bobo cannot get the ball to anybody. Finally gets it to Franz. Franzi just wasting precious time, down by 5. 3-point shot, you got to take that. Markelle Fultz kicking it to an open Terrence Ross, the Human Torch for 3. Splash. Game isn't over yet. 2-point game. 16 seconds left. Bobo is going to be tough to get the ball in around. And Trae Young gets effectively launched out of bounds. Markelle Fultz fouls out. That's his 6th. And unless Trae makes a miraculous miss, which he is not going to, I don't know how the Magic pull this one out. Still down by 4, 16 seconds left. Got to bring the ball up the length of the court. And here's Cole Anthony. Just jacking up a 3. You know, that seems pretty realistic. Yeah, I don't need to see more free throws. We've done this before. The Hawks are going to eliminate your Orlando Magic. Unfortunate. You want Paulo or Franz? Tough choice. Who's better right now today? You know what? I'm going to take Paulo just because. And I think Franz might be a little bit better, but they're the same overall. Paulo's just been a difference maker for the team. So he's going to go over, take the role of Vic Krejci, and the Hawks are starting to look pretty mean as well. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and now Paolo Banchero on the court at the same time. Going to give Trae that 1 overall boost, so he's now officially a 90 overall. That means, sorry, Orlando Magic, you are gone. You tried and you failed. The Hawks are moving on, and the Heat are going to have to go through the Hawks if they want to do anything that resembles getting out of this tiny little corner that they're stuck in. Boom. Boom. Yes, good. Everybody happy? We happy. Magic are going to be deleted, erased from the NBA, much to NBA fans' chagrin. So here we go, spinning the wheel, and the Lakers, Kings. All right, so the Kings are going to have to go through a couple teams if they want to even get out of the Western, not even the Western Conference, but they're going to go up and to the left. All right, Kings fans, up and to the left. Where does that get you? I guess it gets you Nevada. Well, that'll work. They say, forget playing the Warriors, forget playing the Lakers, forget playing anybody. We're going to take over Las Vegas because there's no team presently in Las Vegas. The Kings are going to just walk away with a free overall point. Not a bad debut. I'll give it to Sabonis. He's an all-star. He plays an incredible game. 89 overall for Domantas Sabonis. Give the wheel another spin, and it's going to be the Heat, and they have only one direction to go, and that is up. They really, they're kind of stuck. You can't go down. I'm sorry. I'll prove it to the world. I wish you could go down. I wish you could take over Mexico City, but unfortunately, the Miami Heat have one direction to go. We'll just keep spinning the wheel to make sure that, it's accurate, because they can't keep going south, can't go left. There's only one way for the Imperial Heat to go, and that is north. That is to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Kyle Lowry versus Trae Young, two undersized guards. Tyler Hero versus DeJounte Murray, going to be a fun matchup. Jimmy Buckets versus DeAndre Hunter. Paolo Banchero and Caleb Martin, and Bam Adebayo versus Clint Capella. Honestly, I would take the Hawks in this matchup. It just seems like they've got a little bit more going on there. You know what? Yeah, I'm Team Hawks in this one. I think Paolo Banchero kind of puts them over the top. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, they work better in 2K than they do in real life. Clint Capella, always a beast. Where the Heat, they continue to struggle and find ways to not put a good team around them. But here you go. Trae Young bringing the ball up the court. Now DeJounte Murray takes it from him. I don't know why they do that, but here's the play. What is the play? Trae Young coming down with zipper screen. Wide open for a long three. And splash. Trae Young from distance. And the Heat are going to have to keep up offensively because the Hawks are a superpower in 2K. And now they have Paolo Banchero on their team as well. And Tyler Hero for three. Answering back. Misses. Paolo Banchero grabs the rebound. We're hopping into Simcast. And the Heat, nope, the Hawks have a big lead here. 42-point first quarter. Heat trying to fight back, battle back. Down by 10, down by 15, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. The Heat down by 13 here in the fourth quarter. 15, 14, 122, 108. Just not enough scoring potential on the Miami Heat, as it looks like the Hawks are going to be stealing Jimmy Butler away from Miami. Brutal game. Didn't even watch it. Trae Young goes off for another 42 and 15 game. John Collins gave him 13, the new pickup. Paolo Banchero gave you a 17. DeJounte Murray only 15 points, but the Heat just got nothing. Jimmy gave you 22, 9 and 9, and then Caleb Martin gave you 20. Kyle Lowry gave you a 19 and 7 and 5. Tyler Hero only 16. Just a disappointing night from the Miami Heat. Kind of sad, but Jimmy Butler now going over to the Atlanta Hawks, filling in that small forward role that they need desperately. Who's going to get the overall bump? You know what? Let's give it to Jimmy as well. He is the highest overall player, up to a 92 overall at this point. And unfortunately, the southern tip of Florida is gone. Both Florida teams have been eliminated in unimpressive fashion. And bing, bang, boom, fill, do stuff, Photoshop. Y'all already know I'm the Photoshop king. Bam. All she wrote. Atlanta continues to grow. They got a great team going now. Can they actually win something? Soon. Too early to tell. So where are the Heat? Heat, gone. Goodbye. Get off my team. Spinning the wheel, and who's going to be the next team on the wheel of fortune or misfortune? Atlanta Hawks again? I feel like this wheel is weighted. We've got like so many teams that haven't even had a go yet. But hey, you know, I'm not the random simulator god. I just do what it tells me, and it goes down and to the right. Where does that take you? Not really anywhere. Do we take over South Carolina here? Is that close enough? Is this South Carolina E? I'm gonna say no. Say no, say no, say no more. Try again, Atlanta. Go on your imperial run again. Stop going to the right. Go somewhere else. You want to go down and to the left. Where does that take you, ATL? I go to Louisiana. Is that Louisiana enough? Sure. We'll give it to you this time. And hopefully we get another team because I don't know, it's broken or something. Here you go. Bill. Bam. And Atlanta continuing to grow. They got basically the bottom left of America as their own. All right, let's get a team that's not the Hawks. Let's get a team that we haven't gotten before. Come on, baby. Memphis Grizzlies. Have we got them yet? I don't think so. All right, Memphis, where you want to go? Memphis is going right. Okay, Memphis, you want to take on? Ooh, who do they take on here? The Hornets or the Hawks? So Memphis, where's Memphis? Memphis is like right here, right? I'm gonna go to the right. It's either Charlotte or Atlanta. Ooh, that's tough. It could really go either way. You know what? Let's do Atlanta. I mean, it just makes sense. I think Memphis realistically is somewhere right around here in Tennessee. And that's down and to the right. All right, Memphis and Atlanta. Atlanta going yet again, like 3 in a row that they've been able to play. What a matchup we got here. John Morant versus Trae Young, Desmond Bane versus DeJounte Murray, Dylan Brooks versus Jimmy Buckets, Jaren Jackson Jr. versus Paul Banchero, and Steven Adams versus Clint Capella. The Hawks have been slowly consolidating talent. They got 2/5 of their starting lineup replaced, while the Grizzlies have been doing that in real life, and they're pretty much set to win any game ever because John Morant is just that good. But there you have the tip. Steven Adams wins it over Clint Capella, and here's the superstar, Ja Morant. Can he be stopped? Can the Hawks even try to contain him? Trae Young, no way he'll be able to play defense. And Ja Morant gets a screen, shoots a long two, makes a long two. Y'all already know Ja Morant is just ridiculous in real life. As you know, thinking about it, the Hawks have 3 facilitators because Jimmy facilitates, DeJounte Murray is a point guard, Trae Young is a point guard, but Jimmy's calling his own number, goes around Dylan Brooks and gets the foul. We're not going to be watching free throws. Hopping into Simcast. I repeat, hopping into Simcast. First quarter going to go something like this. Grizzlies have a big lead. Holy crap, 33-26. And the Hawks are fighting right back. Back and forth game here in the third quarter going into the fourth. And it is a 6-point lead to the Hawks. 10 minutes left. 96-98, 96-101. Close game. Grizzlies trying to make it close. Hawks trying to pull away. And got a 10-point lead here, 11-point lead, 3 minutes left, 7-point lead here, 2.5 minutes left, 5-point lead here, 1.5 minutes left, or 1 minute, 50 seconds left, 7-point game here, 1 minute, 21 seconds left, 8-point game, and it looks like this one is going to be over. John Morant at the free throw line, trying to do anything to desperately make this close. He makes a couple free throws, it's down to a 9-point game, which he does, still not close enough, 51 seconds left. Looking at the box score, John Collins, 26-2-1, Trae Young, 25-2-15. Okay, Grizzlies. John Morant has a 47-point night, but that is not enough. 47-7-10. Jaren gave him 26. Dylan gave you 13-2. But it looks like the Hawks are going to be walking away victors if they close out this game, make one shot, and it's pretty much over. Tyus Jones on DeJounte Murray is not what you want to see. And John Morant looks like he's going to be an Atlanta Hawk, which means does that put Trae Young as the backup point guard? They're rocking a 3-point guard rotation out there in the ATL now. John Morant still has a chance. He's going to score. He's going to highlight, dunk it. It don't matter if there's 28 seconds left. John Morant still puts up the highlights. Full court press. Foul, foul, foul. No foul? Okay, just let Atlanta tick the clock away. 7-point game. Maybe they've already conceded. Maybe they've given up hope. And DeJounte Murray puts the icing on the cake. Was that DJ or was that AJ Griffin? I'm not really I think that was actually AJ Griffin, but jacks up a 3. That's going to be game. And the Atlanta Hawks continuing to steamroll the southeastern part of America as they walk away victors 129-120. John Moran is officially an Atlanta Hawk, and I guess, who do we give the overall boost to? Ja, Jimmy, Trey, DeJounte? I guess we'll give it to Ja for now so we can get into that 99 overall club, but this is definitely a weird team. So it's going to be Ja at the 1, DJ at the 2, Jimmy at the 3, Paulo at the 4, Clint at the 5, and Trey Young rocking the 6th man of the year. Who knew this was the peak Atlanta Hawks lineup? What a weird thing they got going on here. Let's go ahead and make sure that the Memphis Grizzlies, good night. Sorry, thank you for trying, but the Atlanta Hawks are champions. There you go. And Atlanta is continuing to spread. They're like a red infection. Just a quick check-in on the map. So Detroit took over Canada. Utah has this, they haven't really done much, but they have this big wall that you have to get through if you want to go anywhere. Atlanta, obviously, and Charlotte kind of taken over here as well. Of course, New York was taken over by the Brooklyn Nets. So let's hop over, say goodbye to, who did we just lose? The Grizzlies? Goodbye. Get off my spinner. And the spinner is getting thinner. Like that. Denver Nuggets look like they're going to be the next team. In what direction does Nikola Jokic want to go? Y'all remember that he got the 1 overall bump, and they're going right. They're going east. And I guess you get your pick of the litter here. Do you want South Dakota? Do you want Nebraska? Or do you want Kansas? I'm gonna go ahead and take Kansas just because Denver's Colorado. Colorado's the southern state. Or should we just, since there's nobody here, you know what, you're right. You're right. You know what, good call. We'll take over Nebraska, okay? Nebraska did not mean to erase. Nebraska is going to be part of Denver country now. And I guess that means another overall bump to Nikola Jokic. So good for him, I guess. Almost a 98 overall. Boom. Ooh, that looks ugly. Let's fix that. Fix that. How do I fix this? There's a giant line in my Colorado. Better? Yeah, something like that. Photoshopping on the fly. Y'all already know. And officially joining the 99 club is Nikola Jokic. That's nice. No teams were eliminated in the last spin, and we have the Golden State Warriors. And really, it's either the Kings or the Lakers. What direction are the Warriors going to go? Because they can only go right or down. And it looks like they're going to be taking on the Sacramento Kings. Although theoretically, that could be the Blazers as well. What direction is this? Is this more up or more to the right? That's right in the middle. That's right in the middle, man. All right, I got to spin it again. I can't tell. You got to be more clear. They want to go down. I'm in. They want to take on the Lakers. That feels good. Feels like the Lakers. Yeah, let's go. Warriors versus Lakers. I'm about that. And it's been a while, but y'all might have remembered that Kawhi Leonard is on the Lakers. So you got Dennis Schroeder versus Stephanie Curry. That's a mismatch. Austin Reeves versus Klay Thompson. Kind of a mismatch. And then Kawhi versus Wiggins. LeBron versus Dre. And Anthony Davis versus Kevon Looney. Definitely going to be one heck of a matchup. Lakers versus Warriors. Or do I have the Warriors on the home court? I need to fix that. Hold on. Finally in the right stadium, in the Crypto.com arena. Lakers versus, I guess, the Warriors. Look, man, it's like 1 a.m. already. It's getting late into this recording. I have to cut out a whole bunch of it, but a lot of the editing in this one goes in behind the scenes. Holy crap, is this a lot of work. As LeBron misses a layup, gets blocked, misses his second layup. LeBron looks old out there. He ain't the GOAT no more. He's the phony GOAT, the lowercase G. Draymond Green got the ball. Kevon Looney, who's this play for? Who's running? Who's going to get open? Stephanie Curry comes around the screen, wide open for 3. Splash. And the first bucket of the game goes to Stephanie Curry. I didn't want to, I want to hop into Simcast. Thank you. Thank you, game. Too many highlights, too many replays. I don't need that. Lakers jump out to a big lead in the first quarter. Second lead, back and forth game here going into the third. And they have about an 18-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Just a really streaky game. Dubs making it close and then they blow it. What a weird game if you've been watching the scores, but it's about a 20-point game here now in the fourth quarter. That is going to be it. 40 seconds left. 18-point game. Warriors lose embarrassingly. Kawhi puts up 39 and 10. Anthony Davis 24 and 12. LeBron James 27 and 10. As for the Warriors, Stephanie Curry was good, 35. 26 for Klay Thompson, 23 for Jordan Poole, but the rest of the team did not. Oh my God, look at all these zeros. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, just no defense was being played by the Warriors. Unfortunately, they're going to fall to what it looks like the champion Lakers because they've got Kawhi. Now they're going to have Steph Curry, already have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. This is going to be a mean, menacing team. I would not want anything to do with this if I was, say, the Atlanta Hawks, for example. AD coming in the post, not afraid of getting hurt. Step back, money over Draymond Green. 23 seconds left. You know, we can just call this one now. Time of death, whatever time it is when you're watching this. Stephanie Curry officially a Laker, and that's just a mean lineup. Steph Curry, Austin Reeves, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Thomas Bryant, and of course Russell Westbrook as well. And unfortunately, to all the Dub fans out there, the year continues to struggle as they lose in a pretty embarrassing fashion. Goodbye, Warriors. Hold on, I gotta be a perfectionist here. All good? Yep. There you go. Warriors starting to take over. Look at this collection of California. They're beating the California teams while the Kings are trying to run away. And to be honest with you, I cannot blame them. Go ahead and get the Warriors out of here. Goodbye. Trash. Spin the wheel. Teams are starting to shrink. How many do we have? Maybe like 15 at this point. And it's the Houston Rockets yet again. It feels like we get the same teams every time. Like I haven't gotten the Pacers yet. I haven't gotten the Celtics, Cavs, the Bulls, the Bucks. There's a whole bunch of teams that we haven't gotten. But hey, this is what a randomizer is. A randomizer is what a randomizer does. So the Houston Rockets are trying to hunt to the right. Where does that put them? Nobody knows. Let me scroll. Guess I'll be taking on New Orleans, another team that we've already played with. Houston versus the New Orleans Pelicans, who don't even like playing their starters. A couple of teams we've seen already, but Kevin Porter Jr. versus Luka Doncic, that's a mismatch. Jalen Green versus CJ McCollum, going to be good. Keldon Johnson versus Brandon Ingram. Jabari Smith versus Zion is going to be a complete mismatch. And Alperen Sengun versus Jonas Valanciunas. One team is certainly better than the other. Like, if anyone from the the Rockets even get picked up, like, would they start on this Pelican squad? No. But you never know how things go in 2K, you know? Here's the tip-off. Jonas Valanciunas loses to Alperen Sengun. And here are the Rockets kicking it to Jalen Green to start us off. Guarded by CJ McCollum, 6'4" versus 6'3", as that's Jabari Smith jacking up a three, not going anywhere. Zion has the ball. Luka calling for it. Luka doesn't know how to play off ball. He's going to have to learn on this ball-dominant squad of Brandon Ingram, of Zion Williamson. And Jonas Valanciunas has the ball, kicking it to CJ McCollum. And nothing doing here, setting a screen really late into the shot clock. And CJ is going to kick it to JV for three. All right, we just don't need to see all these damn misses. Hopping into Simcast, I expect the Pelicans to completely blow out the Rockets. First quarter is a little bit close, back and forth game here into the second half, but here we go. Scoreboard never lies. 91-77 here in the third quarter, going into the fourth, and it's just complete domination, devastation on the lowly Rockets. Not even worth hopping in to watch. Luka has a good game. Brandon Ingram was good. Larry Nance was good. Jonas Valanciunas was good. Zion wasn't even that good. While the Rockets didn't really do anything because they don't have anybody on their team. Keldon Johnson gave you 19-1-1. Josh Green gave you 18-5-8, and then a whole bunch of 14s and 13s. That's just not gonna win you games when you're going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. So I think Jalen Green would be the only team that, or the only player that would even get close to starting. So we're gonna send him over for Garrett Temple. And now the Pelicans are gonna look like Luka, Jalen, Brandon, Zion, CJ, Jonas, Trey Murphy. Yeah, this team is just ridiculous. This team is filthy. Goodbye, Houston, and goodbye to, frankly, all of the Texas teams who were largely underwhelming. Really wasn't expecting that in this imperialism of America via the NBA. And that looks really gross. How can I fix that? More photoshopping on the fly. You like this? This is how we do thumbnails here. It's almost like MS Paint, but all grown up. No, it went to college. It got a degree. Here we go. New Orleans, bam, huge, dominant, Southern. We're starting to see some trends here. If we can get the West Coast kind of figured out, I know there's 4 teams, but there's no one dominant. Get the East Coast, Middle America figured out as well. I would start to say we've got imperialist countries going up against each other. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. It's almost 2 in the morning now. Let's spin the wheel. And the Rockets are already taken off. There's only a few teams left. And the Brooklyn Nets and LA Lakers are going to have another go. Kind of frustrating if you're a Bucks or Bulls fan, but it is what it is. The Brooklyn Nets are going to go down and to the left, and they're going into Charlotte Hornets country. Another team we've already played with. Well, it's fine. I wish we could do, you know, Cavs, Pacers, Bulls, Pistons, Timberwolves, any of those, but Nets going into Charlotte. Let's see how that works out. Brooklyn versus Charlotte. Ben Simmons versus LaMelo Ball. I'm taking LaMelo Ball. Kyrie Irving versus Bradley Beal. That's about a push. Kevin Durant versus Gordon Hayward. Obviously KD. Julius Randle versus PJ Washington. Obviously Julius. But then Joel Embiid versus Nick Claxton. You know, it's not a completely one-sided affair. When you think Hornets versus Nets, you go, oh, that's a total blowout. But Hornets have home court. Hornets have Joel Embiid, theoretically one of the best players in the NBA, if not the best player in the NBA, including defense. He's a mismatch at the center position. I mean, this is going to be a good one. LaMelo Ball is always great in simulation as the Hornets lose the tip. Ben Simmons brings the ball up the court. And he just gets his stolen. Nick Claxton gets the ball stripped by LaMelo Ball running in transition. Does he try to take it? Does he try to force it? Does he draw the foul? LaMelo Ball picks up the foul. And we're going to be hopping in to Simcast. First quarter looks something like a Hornets 7-point lead. Hornets are blowing out. Hornets are dominating going into the fourth quarter, and they've got a 20-point lead. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? It's a 30-point game over the Nets? Hello, Kevin Durant? Did you just not show up today? The Hornets are going to pick up another W. Holy crap. 134 to 108. Joel Embiid drops 35 and 11. Bradley Beal 24 and 4. LaMelo 23, 9 and 10. Scary Terry gave you 12. PJ, yeah, what happened? Kevin Durant gave you 36. Kyrie gave you 23. And it just was not enough. Julius Randle gave you a solid 18 and 9. But the Nets lose to the Hornets. That means Kevin Durant is a Charlotte Hornetonian. Who would have thought? LaMelo, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, PJ Washington, and Joel Embiid. The Hornets are taking over the NBA. Be afraid. Be very afraid. And wow. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I'll just say that. Goodbye, Brooklyn. You conquered New York, and that was really about it. Honestly, a disappointing conquering. If no, you'd expect them to do a little bit better, and they gave you basically nothing. But bam, bam, bam. And select. There you go. Charlotte continuing to grow along the East Coast. Where are they gonna go? Nobody knows. So let's close this out. There's so many buttons I have to press to do a single thing. But Brooklyn, get out of here. And the spinner gets thinner. We go. Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers. We're finally going to get a team we haven't played with yet. The Cleveland Cavaliers are up next. And what direction do they want to go? And the spinner says the Cleveland Cavaliers are going left. They're taking on the Pacers. Indiana versus Cleveland. Real real barn burner, but two teams that we haven't played with yet. And honestly, it feels like the only teams we play with are the Hawks. And that's it. Cavs Pacers, you might think mismatch, but it's not as lopsided as it looks on paper. So you got Tyrese Halliburton, almost a 90 overall versus Darius Garland. So Tyrese is better. Then you got Donovan Mitchell versus Ben Mathurin. Okay. Then you got Buddy Hield versus Isaac Okoro. Buddy is better. Evan Mobley versus Jalen Smith. Evan is better. And then Jared Allen and Miles Turner. That's a push. So this is actually a lot more competitive than you'd expect. Obviously, the Cavs are superpowers. Donovan Mitchell can drop 70 on any given night. Get this girl out of my face. I don't need to hear the Star Spangled Banner for the 37th time in the last 3 hours. Skip through all this crap. Let's get to the tip-off. Jared Allen rocking the fro. Miles Turner rocking the ponytail. And it goes to Miles Turner and the Pacers. And look, Tyrese Halliburton is an all-star. He's certainly deserving. He can certainly carry a team, pop off. Ben Mathurin is a bucket. I don't know what the hell that was as I'm trying to talk up this game. Was that Jalen Smith or Buddy Hield just threw the ball away? Jared Allen puts it right back up. Embarrassing start for the Indiana Pacers. But Indiana is the home team. They are losing in the second quarter, going into the halftime. Just getting blown out. Not even close. Not even fun. Not even entertaining. Try to make a little bit of push in the fourth quarter. 15-point game, 4 minutes left. Not enough, though. Too little, too late. And it is 120 to 108. Yeah, that was ugly. I tried to talk him up, but the Pacers did not represent. Tyrese Halliburton gave you a solid 20 and 10 game with 4 turnovers, but he gave you 21, 8 and 6. But Chris Duarte wasn't much. Ben Mathurin only gave you 12 points. Yeah, that's just not going to cut it against the Cavs. Devin Mobley puts up 25, Donovan Mitchell 22, Jarrett Allen 21 and 14. They didn't even play at their best, and they're going to be walking away with Tyrese Halliburton, which I don't even know how that lineup is going to look like. So I guess Darius Garland goes to be in the 6-man, kind of like Trae Young does. So Tyrese Halliburton, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, blah, blah, blah. You already know the squad. Let's make sure that the map is updated as well. Like this is Risk in real life, except not real life because it's a video game simulation. Whatever, we're just having fun here. Pacers, get out of here. Something like that. Make sure their logo gets a little bit of a bump as well. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, wow, look at Boston. They're just kind of screwed, tucked away there in the corner. You got Minnesota kind of on the edge here as well. And then there's a big separation between West versus East. So we're gonna need to pick up the pace a little bit, if I dare say so myself. Get the Pacers out of here. Gone. Next, spin the wheel. Who's gonna try to test out their powers? Imperialism. Cavaliers again? No, this is dumb. Spin the wheel. That never happened. Ignore it. Cavaliers again? Wow, this is dumb. This isn't random. Whoever created this wheel. All right, the Milwaukee Bucks. Wow, what are the odds? Are going to get their first run at Imperialist 2K23. And they want to go north, taking on the Pistons. And you know what? I cannot fault them for that. Sure, Detroit took over all of Canada and got Pascal Siakam in the process, but is that enough to defeat an NBA Finals MVP and Giannis with his co-stars and a healthy Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday? I don't know. You got Drew versus Cade. That's a matchup. Grayson versus Jaden. Not really a matchup. Chris Middleton versus Bojan Bogdanovic. Giannis versus Isaiah Stewart. Complete mismatch. And then Brook Lopez versus Pascal Siakam. Mostly a mismatch as well, but not as lopsided as you'd think. In Detroit, Canada, we got a good one here. Green versus blue. Red versus... What's the Bucks' secondary color? It's kind of a off yellow, a whitish, creamish yellow. I'm not a painter. I don't go to Home Depot and look at all that. Wow. Giannis just completely blew by Isaiah Stewart like he didn't even exist. If that's how you're going to start the game, you're not going to have a good time, my friend. Here's Cade, though, with the ball. Running some horns action. Here's Jalen Duren. No, that's Pascal Siakam. Sorry. My bad. Cade cutting him open for 3. Miss. Come on, Cade. What are you doing to me? You're a #1 overall pick, and you're out like Chet Holmgren. Anyway, Pistons at home have a lead here in the second quarter going into the third, and it's a back and forth game. Maybe we'll have a close one here in the fourth quarter. 15-point game. The Pistons are blowing up the Bucks. Wow. Actually, you know, 2K hates the Bucks, so it's actually understandable. I don't know why. They give Giannis great stats, but wow. Bucks completely blown out. And that is sad. Bojan gave you 26. Cade gave you 19. Isaiah 16, 16 and 12. Giannis gave you 10 points in 21 minutes. Don't tell me he got in foul trouble. This game is stupid. Giannis doesn't play 21. It just feels weird, doesn't it? Bringing Giannis over to the Pistons. I mean, in what world? I mean, I guess they're close, theoretically. Just, wow. Giannis is officially a Detroit Piston. Pascal Siakam, Giannis, no shooting needed. Cade Cunningham, they have Bojan Bogdanovic, Jaden Ivey. Yeah, Bucks, gone. Goodbye. Defending champions, no more. We'll make sure we replace all of Wisconsin with his beautiful Detroit blue. Bam. Thank you. Good night. Detroit continuing to grow. They're spreading, and they're honestly not even a good overall team, which is kind of funky if you think about it. But let's go and take out the Bucks. Goodbye. Bam. And the spinner gets thinner. Who's going to be next on the list? Who's going to become the champion of America? The Denver Nuggets yet again making an appearance. In what direction do they want to go? Because you look at it, they can really go in any direction, and they go immediately to the left. They're going to take on the Utah Jazz. They say, you know what? We know already who we're going to be taking on. Utah, get out of here, son. We got Jamal Murray versus Mike Conley, KCP versus Devin Booker, Michael Porter Jr. versus Lauri Markkanen, and Jared Vanderbilt versus Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic with a 99 overall boost taking on Walker Kessler. And y'all already know, he's a 99 overall. You give Jokic even more skills, and he's going to be completely unstoppable. Come on, Jazz. Prove me right. Don't let Walker Kessler bully the young Nikola Jokic. And if the Nuggets do prevail, they're going to be walking away with Devin Booker, who's going to his second team. But he's going to be their starting shooting guard. So your roster is going to look like Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. That's filthy. Speaking of filthy, that three-point shot was ugly. KCP bringing the ball up the court. Team picked up by the aforementioned Devin Booker. First possession for the Nuggets is an Aaron Gordon 3. And he makes it. Huh. Who would have thought? But the Jazz at the Holmes team taking a little bit of a lead. Here going into halftime, they still have about a 8-point lead here in the fourth quarter, 20-point lead. Are they really blowing out the Nuggets? What are these upsets? What is happening? It's a 15-point game. It's not even close. Is it even worth hopping in? Here it is, 9-point game, making a little bit of a push, 7-point game. All right, we'll hop in because it's been a while. It's been a minute since we recorded any gameplay footage. 7-point game. Nuggets need a score and a stop and probably another score as well. Michael Porter Jr. being open in the corner for 3 splash. Ugh. MPJ misses. The Utah Jazz continue their magical season. It doesn't matter that they don't have any good players on their team. Now they have Devin Booker, and soon they're going to have Nikola Jokic as well. You know what I think the big problem is that Jamal Murray is underrated right now in 2K23. I think he's only an 83 overall, while Colin Sexton is an 81. So that could explain why the Nuggets did not perform, because yikes, losing to the Jazz, even if they have Devin Booker, is not something you want to do when your star player is a 99 overall. It's almost like the Jazz now are stuck with Nikola Jokic. Anyway, remaining seconds, burning off the clock. We got 7-point game, 21 seconds left. Devin Booker dribbling on Bruce Brown, not getting any separation. Step back, pump fake, glitches through, misses the floater. Is this Jeff Green with the shock troops jacking it? Yeah, come on. Come on, Jeff. That was nothing. Devin Booker gave you a 29-7-5. Walker Kessler gave you a 20-12 game on the Joker. Walker Kessler for MVP? Laurie was okay. Mike Conley was okay. Just a really team effort from the Jazz. As for, wow, the Nuggets, Bones Highland gave you a 23 and Nikola Jokic. 23-17, 22-1. It's video game numbers, man. Aaron Gordon gave you 22, Michael Porter Jr. gave you 13, and Jamal Murray only gave you 12, 3, and 7. And that's what I mean when I say Jamal is underrated in this game. I definitely was not predicting this, but Nikola Jokic is officially a Utah Jazzonian. So their roster is going to look like Mike Conley, Devin Booker, Lauri Markkanen, Jared Vanderbilt, and now Nikola Jokic with Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton coming off the bench. I mean, the Jazz might be contenders here. I know it's kind of weird, but we've seen weirder stuff in the NBA. Let's go ahead and make sure we fix this map as well. Denver Nuggets, goodbye. Get out of here. You're gone. We're replacing you. We're replacing this whole damn place with Utah Jazz Blue. The Jazz logo continues to grow. They got basically almost all of Middle America taken over. First, it was the Wall of Utah, and now they're starting to look like a serious contender for the Imperialist Army. I mean, it's interesting. All right, let's get the Nuggets out of here. Goodbye. Gone. The spinner gets thinner. How many teams do we have left? Maybe like 10? Portland Trailblazers finally going to get a go. You look at them before the spinner finishes. They can go up. Let me reorganize this. They can go up, right, or down. All right, I guess they aren't completely one-sided on direction. And they want to go down and to the left. That looks pretty Lakersy to me. You think the Blazers have a chance versus the Lakers? Because I don't. This is a mismatch, right? Like, there's no way the Blazers win. Damian Lillard versus Steph Curry. Anthony Simons versus Austin Reeves. You're like, okay, there's a chance. Josh Hart versus Kawhi Leonard. Jeremy Grant versus LeBron James. Yusuf Nurkic versus Anthony Davis. I mean, there's no chance at all, ever, period, whatsoever. Lakers are the home team. This is done. LeBron looking so fly. And I mean, even though it's a C+ home court advantage, and Austin Reeves looks like he belongs somewhere else. This is over. Do we even need to watch this game? Anthony Simons for 3 splash? Ah, you wish. You wish. Go James brings the ball up the court. Transition. Is it ever not transition? Anthony Simons is gonna guard LeBron James. Good luck, my friend. Ooh, bad pass. Jeremy Grant though gets the steal, kicks it to Ant going. And he goes around Stephanie Curry and puts it up. Hey, the Blazers have a 2-0 lead. And Sibcast says the Lakers are a better team. Oh my God, I'm so surprised. They scored 44 in the first quarter, blowing out the Blazers completely. Is there even a point to play? They're going to score 160, 156 to 119. Yeah, Steph put up 36, 6, and 8. LeBron, 37 and 15. Anthony Davis, 22 and 12. While Portland, Dame was okay, 36, and then the rest of the team just did not produce. So Damian Lillard is now going to be a Los Angeles Laker as well. Did he start at the 2? Can we play one of them at the 2? Steph or Dame? It doesn't really matter which. Oh boy, Damian Lillard now comes over as well. Dame's a 92, Steph's a 96. Yikes. Absolutely yikes. We'll make sure to give LeBron James that 1 overall boost. I might have been forgetting to do that. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So we need to fix their map of the imperialist Laker army. They are just completely claiming the West Coast for their own. Blazers gone. And Lakers, man. Roll, Lakers, roll. Fill with that. And you know what's ironic is that Russell Westbrook is also going to be the beneficiary of all their successes. Just something to think about. Kings starting to get sandwiched between a couple dominant franchises. All right, take this out. Go to the Trailblazers. Where are you? Gone. Get off this team. And the spinner gets thinner. Who we got next? The Utah Jazz yet again. The Celtics are just being completely left out of this fun. So where the Jazz going to go? They're going to go up. I guess you can give them Montana, right? Up, Montana. Yeah, why not? Go ahead and do that. Select this. Phil. Who's Phil? Bam. Utah Jazz. Slowly growing. And who would be the beneficiary of the 1 overall boost? As we boop, boop. I'll get to this screen. There you go. We want Joker, who's already a 99 overall. So in this instance, you know, we'll give Devin Booker the boost. He's up to a 94. Since Joker's already a 99 overall, he can only get so much better. So now you got a 99, 94, and Lauri Markkanen, who is an 87 as well. Okay, spin to win. Who's going to be the next team to make their move? The Oklahoma City Thunder? It is. I don't think we played with the Thunder yet. They obviously have a good team because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a god in 2K. They want to go straight to the right. And that's going to be a free point upgrade as they take over, what state is this? Arkansas. You ever want to piss somebody off, just say Arkansas. Good stuff. We'll fill that. Boom. Bam. Just a whole lot of... It's like I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons or something. I got to do all this management before the fun can actually be had. Thunder, slowly growing, not too much. Make sure we take care of our boys. And we'll give the 1 overall boost to Shai. 93 overall. I mean, it's not a big deal. Right. Spin the wheel. Spin to win. Who's next? LA Lakers again. Bah. Well, this probably is going to be a Kings matchup, right? There's literally nowhere for them to go. And as I say that, the wheel goes immediately to the right. That is going to be Lakers versus Kings. Purple versus gold. Purple and gold versus the purple. I don't know. One team is a team of all-stars and the other is just a team of really good players, you know? Like one team is a group of professional NBA players and the other guys just meet up at the YMCA. This isn't even fair. De'Aaron Fox versus Damian Lillard, Stephanie Curry versus Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes versus Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James versus Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis versus Anthony Davis. If the Kings somehow manage to pull this off, I'll change everything in my life to Sacramento Kings because there's no way that they should even stand a remote 15, 20, 30 point chance. But hey, you never know. Light the beam. Go Kings, I guess. Purple on purple. And don't forget, Russ is coming off the bench as well. De'Aaron Fox open for 3, miss. Russell Westbrook coming off the bench. Who else do they have? Austin Reeves, Thomas Bryant. Yeah, the Lakers are they're going to dominate. It's not even fair. Come on, home team, I guess. You can wish the home team misses 27 threes in a row, right? Anyway, first quarter, moderately competitive going into the second quarter, and it's already a blowout going into the third quarter, and it's just a blowout, yeah. Not even close. Not even worth hopping in. 127, 107. Honestly, closer than I expected. De'Aaron Fox was okay. 28 and 8. Sabonis 20, 10 and 5. Terrence Davis gave you 19. Keegan Murray 18. But yeah, just not enough firepower to keep up with Stephanie Curry, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Thomas Bryant. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Lakers are just too damn good. Unfortunately, Sabonis is going to get sent over to the Lakers, and he's not even going to be in the starting lineup. He's coming off the bench as a sixth man with Thomas Bryant and Russell Westbrook and Austin Reeves behind him. This Lakers squad is absolutely unfair, ridiculous. And unfortunately, Kings fans, we're going to have to say goodbye to your little territory of Los Nevada you had there. It was fun while it lasted, right? You gave it the good old college try. Lakers continuing to grow. Make sure we go over to this button. Take away the Kings. Get the hell out of here. And the spinner gets thinner. Who's going to be next on the list? Atlanta Hawks. So I think the Bulls and Celtics we haven't had any fun with. Or the Timberwolves. This is a really weird randomizer. That's all I have to say. Anyway, the arrow is going to say go up and to the right. And where does that put the Atlanta Hawks? It looks like we could put them in competition with the Hornets, but I'm just going to take them over South Carolina just because, I don't know. It seems like the right move. You know, these are all judgment calls. You can really say whatever. Oh, they actually belong in this direction. Oh, they actually belong in this direction. But we're going to give them there. And we're going to give them a 1 overall boost. Probably to... Who did the Atlanta Hawks pick up? They got somebody good. H. They got John Morant. Yeah, that's pretty good. John Morant now a 97 overall. Boom, like, yeah, there you go. 97 overall. John Morant, pretty good at basketball. Who would have thunk? All right, next up, spinning it. Totally realistic. Where does it end up? It ends up on the Cavaliers. The Bulls just miss out on their opportunity to go in a direction, and the Cavs are going to go straight north. What direction does that take the Cavs? It takes them on to the Pistons. All right, so the Pistons are going to play regardless. Now the Pistons are playing at home. Cavaliers at the Pistons for the right to somebody who's a good player. I forgot that the Bucks lost to the Pistons, so you got Giannis playing. So Tyrese Halliburton versus Cade Cunningham. That's pretty good. Donovan Mitchell versus Jaden Ivey. Mismatch, but comparable physical profiles of the players. Isaac Okoro versus Bojan Bogdanovic. Giannis versus Evan Mobley. Jared Allen versus Pascal Siakam. Honestly, the Pistons have done pretty well for themselves. Can they get the upset, though, against the Cleveland Cavaliers? They are playing at home, so they got that going for them. At the same time, I don't know. I should have zero faith in the Pistons, yet they've won a couple games. They got a couple good players on the team that they probably shouldn't have. So Tyrese Halliburton is leading the way. Darius Garland is officially the sixth man of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Perhaps that will be their curse as Tyrese just jacks up a three and misses it. That's the first shot of the game. Not probably what Coach JB Bickerstaff drew up as Pascal just throws the ball out of bounds. All right. Terrible start to this game, but we're going to hop into some gas. And the Pistons jump out to a big lead in the first quarter, going to the second quarter, and they still have about a 15 point lead. No lead is safe in today's NBA, but it's the fourth quarter, and it's still 23 points. The Pistons are rolling. The Pistons are dominating. The Pistons are the upstart team of the NBA. What is this squad? They've taken over Canada. They're ready to take over Cleveland. Cleveland? This is for you. Giannis rolled 34, 8, and 7. Imagine if we did that versus the Pistons. Cade Cunningham gave you a solid 26 and 7. Jaden Ivey gave you a 20. Pascal gave you 15. Wow. What happened? The Cavs was Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, and that's it. Tyrese Halliburton gave you 14 and 14, but that's not good enough. And Darius Garland gave you 5 points. Wow. Gotta be honest, of the two teams that I thought were going to dominate, it definitely was not the Pistons and the Hornets. And yet here we are. Pistons are going to pick up Donovan Mitchell to go alongside Giannis, Pascal Siakam. Just a great couple of players that they're picking up there. And so Detroit continues to roll. Let's make sure we update their photo. Cleveland, goodbye. This area of red, goodbye. Fill it with Detroit blue. The Pistons, man. They're scary. They're scary out there. It's the witching hour. All right, Cavaliers, get the hell off this spinner. And the spinner gets thinner. Next up, are the Bulls finally going to win something? No, but the Timberwolves get their first play. It's been a while. It's been a minute, and they're going to go directly down. Now that looks to me like they want to take a free spot, like they want to take over Iowa, which I can't blame them. Because it's everybody else is getting all these fun things happening, and they've just been sitting here waiting to play. So we'll give a good old Iowa. Get out of the way, please. Thank you. Boom, boom, buttons. There you go. I'm so good at Photoshop, man. I was born this way. Okay, next up on the spinner. Bam. Who you got, son? Timberwolves again? Oklahoma City Thunder? Don't mind if I do. Where do the Thunder want to go in their march for glory? They want to go down and to the right. Where does that take the Thunder? Either Atlanta or New Orleans. If it's more down, we'll go New Orleans. If it's more to the right, we'll go Atlanta. Boy, that's right in the middle. That's right in the middle. I'm going to have to respin. I don't know where that is. It's perfectly down the middle. And now they want to go left. Make up your mind. Okay, so you know what? Just because the New Orleans is a little more to the left, we'll do Thunder at the Pelicans. I know we could do the Jazz because of this little panhandle here, but it was really a race between Atlanta and New Orleans, so we're going to do New Orleans Pelicans. Now, this might be a mismatch. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Luka Doncic. You go, okay. Josh Giddey versus Jalen Green. All right. And then Lou Dort versus Brandon Ingram. Alexei Pokusevski versus Zion Williamson, and Chet Holmgren versus Jonas Valanciunas. Yeah, I think we all pretty much know who's going to win this one. Is it going to be close? Are we going to have some fun basketball to watch? Because it's been almost an hour, I think, since we had anything fun in simulation to observe. But here we go. Chet Holmgren wins the tip over Jonas Valanciunas, and Shai is doing spins as he's ready to take his team to the promised land. Most clutch player in the NBA. Does that translate to winning over Jonas Valanciunas? And that's a miss. Luka Doncic rebounds the ball, bringing it up the court, and he's hustling. I've never seen Luka move this fast in my life. I stood up on Josh Giddey, Jalen Green. Don't know what the play is here, but it looks like it's hope something happens when Luka catches the ball. Okay, nothing happened. Kicks it to a rolling Jonas. Jonas kicks it to Jalen Green. Jalen Green makes it splash. Good start for the Pelicans. And that's what happens when you have a whole bunch of diverse players on your team. Different skill sets, different heights. And the Pelicans are just rolling. The Thunder, unfortunately, looks like they're going to come up a little bit short. And that means Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to become a Pelican. 129 to 149. Luka was great. Brandon Ingram was great. Zion was great. Nance was great. Y'all remember when B.I. and Zion didn't play and they still won? Weird. Wow, Shai dropped 55. Josh Giddey was okay. Chet was okay. Chet. The other guy, Alexei Pokusevski, the GOAT. But yeah, just not enough. Even though Shai dropped 55. Shai's officially going to be the shooting guard, and let's give... we'll give Zion a bump. Why not? Him up to the 93 overall. Their team's going to look something like this. Luka, Shai, B.I., Zion, Jonas Valanciunas. I don't know any team that's beating them. Jalen Green, CJ McCollum off the bench. That's a filthy squad, and they're way better than everybody else is. Unfortunately, the Oklahoma City Thunder get completely swallowed up by the New Orleans Pelicans. Bam. 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 Jadoop. Right. The next team is going to have to get the Thunder out of here. Spin it one more time as the spinner gets thinner. Timberwolves finally going to get a go. It's been so long. I don't think they've had a single spin this entire game. Kind of unfortunate. They're just hanging around. There's like 7 teams left, and somehow they are one of them. But they're going to go down and to the right, which looks like they're taking on the Chicago Bulls, another team who has not played at all. So the Timberwolves, they've taken over Iowa, and that was it, right? I think they got a 1 overall boost to probably Karl Towns. All right, we'll have them take on the Chicago Bulls. Let me set everything up. Timberwolves versus Bulls, battle of the stragglers. We got D'Lo versus Lonzo Ball, Anthony Edwards versus Zach LaVine, Jaden McDaniels versus DeMar DeRozan, Karl Towns versus Javonte Green, and Rudy Gobert versus Nikola Vucevic. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. How good? Yet to be seen. Could be a blowout. There's been a lot of those. And the tip is going to go up, and Rudy Gobert wins it. just as I predicted. D'Angelo Russell brings the ball up the court. Apparently, it's St. Patrick's Day looking at the bottom right. And Rudy Gobert passes away an open layup because he's afraid of touching the ball, and I can't blame him. Karl Towns is open. Karl Towns is open. Karl Towns is open, and he doesn't shoot. Oh, boy. We'll set the screen. D'Lo pulls up. 4-3. Splash. Listen to that sweet string music. Lonzo Ball actually playing. I know. Can you believe it? Injuries are turned off. How good would the Bulls be with a healthy Lonzo? DeMar DeRozan gets his shit pathetically rejected by Rudy Gobert. And we're going to hop into Simcast where the Timberwolves march out to a first quarter lead. Here in the second quarter, close game, bit of a back and forth going into the third quarter, 84-77. Close enough. We may have to hop in 101, 95, 103, 98. 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left. Not really close anymore as the Timberwolves are pulling away. 12-point lead, 13-point lead here. 2 minutes left, 13-point game. 1 minute left, 125, 108, 110, 125. And it looks like the Timberwolves are going to win against the Bulls. Well, gotta say, sorry Bulls fans, but Zach LaVine is probably gone. Is he a higher overall than DeMar? No, he's not. Wow, DeMar going to the Timberwolves. That's weird. Karl Towns had a good game, 35 and 8. D'Lo was good, 27. Ant good at 23 as well. And the Timberwolves are going to try to march back into this contest. They kind of missed out a lot since they didn't get any playing time, but hopefully they can be an upset. Maybe the Lakers are gone. Maybe the Hornets surprisingly are gone. DeMar DeRozan is officially a Timberwolf, and let's give an overall boost to him as well. So their team's gonna look like D'Lo, Ant, DeMar, Karl, and Rudy Gobert, and that's a formidable team. No 90s, but a whole bunch of 80s, and I think they are pretty competitive, pretty decent, all things being equal. Let's make sure they are fixed here. The Bulls lose, unfortunately. Get the hell out of here. Let's take over Illinois. I didn't want to take over Wisconsin. Can you not? Hold on. There we go. Boom. And Minnesota rolls, rises. Rise, Minnesota. Desi, boss it up. As for this, get the Bulls out of my face. And we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams left. The spinner gets thinner. Celtics haven't been called on once, by the way, as the Detroit Pistons are next up on the list. What direction does Detroit want to go? I mean, it's really south. Down and to the left. I mean, that can be anywhere, but we're going to go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt. They're going to be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves because I'm going to say Detroit is more this than this whole area. So Detroit moving to Minnesota. Minnesota just came out on top. Now they're going to have to earn their money's worth. You think with the Timberwolves only playing in 1 or 2 games and the Pistons having steamrolled for several games now, taking over all of Canada, that this would be a bigger mismatch, but it's really not because the Pistons had to build themselves up from nothing. So you have Cade Cunningham versus D'Angelo Russell, Donovan Mitchell versus Anthony Edwards, DeMar DeRozan versus Bojan Bogdanovic, Giannis versus Karl Towns, and then Rudy Gobert versus Pascal Siakam. All things being equal, a pretty good game, a pretty good matchup. Maybe a little, it'll even be close. It might even come down to the wire. You never know. But the Timberwolves, lesser talented, do have home court advantage. We'll see how this plays out as Pascal Siakam wins the tip. Cade Cunningham bringing the ball up the court, immediately kicks it to Giannis, who draws a foul on Karl Towns. Yikes, I don't want to see Giannis's free throw routine. I know it's been sped up a little bit, but good Lord, as the Pistons are completely steamrolling. Every time I try to talk up a team, they lose. Making a little bit of a game out of it here. Back and forth game in the third quarter, going into the fourth, and it is a 14-point lead for the underdog Timberwolves. Okay, 7 minutes left. It's never too late, but it's almost 20 points here. The Pistons forgot how to score, and the Timberwolves, young, upstart, upsetting. Look at this fourth quarter, 39-18 in the fourth. Holy crap, a 145-117 game. DeMar DeRozan had a great one, 35, 6, and 7. Naz Reid, 27 and 6. Anthony Edwards, 21. D'Lo. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell and Giannis just did not perform. Giannis gave you 25, 9, and 10 on 22 shots, though. Wow. Was not expecting that, but Detroit basketball. Giannis is officially a Minnesota Timberwolvian. And we'll go ahead and give him the 1 overall boost so that he's a 99 overall, right? And what I think we'll do is relegate Karl Towns to the center, which means Rudy Gobert is backup center. That way, I don't know. at least one of them can start, and Rudy Gobert can come off the bench like he so rightly deserves. So it's D'Lo, Ant, DeMar, Giannis, and Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid. Can you have enough big men? But you know what? I think if you're a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, you will take that. Let's make sure the maps are updated as well. Bing boom. And Detroit, after rolling through so many teams, gets eliminated kind of embarrassingly, if we're being completely honest as well. We had a lot more expectations for them than what they produced. Let's go ahead and boom, boom, boom. I was waiting for a kaboom. Better? Yeah, something like that. And now Minnesota is the Kings of Canada. And then there were, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these is not like the other. One of these has been rolling, riding, and dying. And the other, well, anyway, let's get the Pistons out of here. Nice run for the Pistons. Young upstart got Giannis, but eventually they came up a little bit short to the Timberwolves, weirdly enough. And now it's the Charlotte Hornets that are next on the list. They're going to prepare to march. What direction are they going to go? Down and to the left. It's the Hornets, right? I'm so tired. It's not even funny. Hornets are going to take on the Hawks. Oh, I'm in on that. Let's go. Hawks versus Hornets. This is one of those big epic matchups that we've been waiting for. Two superpowers going at it. One of them's going to take over almost the entire Eastern Coast, save for whatever Boston can try to reap and sow out there in the top left next to Maine and Vermont, New Hampshire, and all those fun states. Two teams you were probably not expecting, but we got LaMelo Ball versus Ja Morant. What a matchup of highlights there. Bradley Beal versus DeJounte Murray. Kevin Durant versus Jimmy Butler. John Collins versus PJ Washington. And then Clint Capella versus Joel Embiid. Certainly a good, fun matchup that we will have to watch from afar, watch from up close. I don't even know who I'd pick. I might pick the Hornets here because they got the higher overalls. The Hawks are a better balanced team, if that makes sense. But you got LaMelo Ball, you got Kevin Durant, you got Joel Embiid. That's a good formula for winning basketball games, as the Hornets do, in fact, win the tip, being guarded by Ja Morant. Bradley Beal, 4-3, misses. That's a bad start. Jimmy Butler bringing the ball up the court, or the Atlanta Hawks kicks it to Ja Morant. 96 overall at this point in his career, or our Imperialism. I don't know what this possession is. He's just he's literally just standing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. 2K, CPU, AI, great. 5-star. As the Hawks jump out to a huge first quarter lead. All that talking and bloviating I was doing was for nothing. Third quarter, down by 12. Fourth quarter might make it a little bit competitive here, going on a little bit of a run. 7-point game here, 6 minutes left, 12 points, 15 points. Boy, every single game has not been close since we started. Like the first 4 games were close and we were hopping in, and then that was it. But we got a 5-point game here. It's just too little, too late. Lose by 7. The Charlotte Hornets fall to the Atlanta Hawks. Jimmy Buckets had a good game, 35, 6, and 7. Ja Morant, 29, 4, and 13. DeJounte Murray was okay. And what happened? Kevin Durant was okay. LaMelo was okay. Joel Embiid was okay. Yeah, they just, the Hawks came up short. By Hawks, I mean Hornets. They're both H teams. You already know what I'm trying to say. See, look at the Hawks. They got Ja, DJ, Jimmy, Paulo, and Clint. So I know Kevin Durant is the better player, but I think you take Joel Embiid in this instance because he fills a bit better of a hole than the other players did. I mean, it makes a little more sense to have Joel Embiid as your starting center instead of picking up Kevin Durant and playing him over, I don't know, Paulo Banchero, because Clint Capella still ends up on the roster. Joel Embiid is just so monstrous. And because they did win, you can give Joel Embiid that 1 overall boost, and he's the same overall as Kevin Durant is. The Hornets, the surprise Hornets, end up falling ultimately in kind of sad fashion. I won't lie, I was rooting for the Hornets. But the Hawks are going to move on as they take over the Eastern Coast. Deselect this, and look at the Hawks. Look at this giant swath of land. Look at the roster that they have assembled. Moving on to the spinner. Get these Hornets off my damn list, and the spinner gets thinner. Next up is going to be the Utah Jazz. It's been a minute since they did anything. And the arrow says you're going to go straight to the right. Now, theoretically, we could go anywhere here. I'm going to take over South Dakota. That's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm looking at. Like theoretically, we could do a Jazz Timberwolves fight, but I feel like there's more states that are kind of missing. So we'll have Utah take over South Dakota here. Been a while since we just had a normal, boring, plain Jane overall boost. So bam, bam, and bam. Utah just gets a little bit bigger, you know. There's 50 states, 48 continental states. So we got to go through those as well, not just all 30 teams. And where's Utah? Where are the Jazz? Where the Jazz? Where the Jazz? Where the Jazz at? We'll give an overall boost. Nikola Jokic already 99 overall. We'll give it to Booker, up to a 95. This man is special. Next up on the list after the Utah Jazz, teams of 6 is going to be the Boston Celtics. They finally get their first turn. It's been so long. Boston hasn't been able to do anything, and they're supposed to go up and to the right. I don't think there's anything there. Boston, I'm sorry. You know what? Just because I don't want you to lose. Let's see, up and to the right. Yeah, that's just air. We'll give you Vermont. Or is it New Hampshire? Hold on, let me look at my list. New Hampshire. We'll give them New Hampshire just so they can get a little bit of an overall boost as well. So you're welcome. I'm such a giver. I'm such a good person. As the Boston Celtics are going to try to come from behind since they literally did not get a single roll until now. Boom. Boston rolling. Who's going to get the overall bump? I would say probably Jason Tatum, right? Like the right guy to give it to. Maybe Jaylen Brown, since Jason Tatum's already a god. But nah, we'll give it to JT. Up to a 96 overall. One of a kind prospect. Generational.
Fantastic.
Spinning the wheel one more time. It's like 4 in the morning. Utah Jazz yet again. Direction do the Jazz want to go? They could go any number of directions. They want to go down to the right. Can they? Or are they going to have to face some competition? You know, continue on the theme. Kansas is just waiting here to be taken. So we'll go ahead and give Utah Canada. You go. Get a little bit more. Get a little bigger. And we're starting to get down to the final few teams. Who's going to get the overall boost? Is it going to be Devin Booker again? I don't mind. Get him up to a 96 overall at this point. He is unreal offensively, an all-around threat. Unbelievable. Only 6 teams remain. And Timberwolves or Pelicans? Timberwolves or Pelicans? It is the Pelicans. And what do the Pelicans want to do? They can't really go south. They're going to go down and to the right. Can they? Nah, they can't. There's only one team that's in that direction, and that is the Atlanta Hawks. So it's time, finally, for the New Orleans Pelicans to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Battle of 2 behemoths to take over. Man, a good third of America here. Wow. Pelicans at the Hawks. Luka Doncic versus Ja Moore and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus DeJounte Murray. Brandon Ingram versus Jimmy Buckets. Zion Williamson versus John Collins, Joel Embiid, and Jonas Valanciunas. Definitely a high-powered, super extreme star matchup. Who's going to win? I'm going to say it's the Hawks. Because I don't trust Willie Green's coaching. I feel like he's going to pull out Zion and BI. Although theoretically, Shai and Luka Doncic is going to be good enough to win every single possession ever. But then again, Joel Embiid versus Jonas Valanciunas, complete mismatch. Ja Morant is no slouch in his own right. DeJounte Murray could be a lockdown defender. And Shai just schools him anyway. Well, you know, there's that. Ja Morant bringing the ball up the court for the Hawks. Gets the screen from Joel Embiid, and he's going to get 2 points easy if the hook shot goes in, which it does. Joel Embiid is a monster. If y'all ever try to play him in Blazers franchise, for example, Joel Embiid will just score 40 on you like it's nothing. Anyway, going into the second quarter, Pelicans jump out to a bit of a lead. Here in the third quarter, close game. The Hawks are just kind of hanging around, making sure the game doesn't turn into a blowout. 8-point game, 6-point game, 8-point game. Ready for them to go on a little bit of run at any point, any stretch. Now it's a 14-point game. Got to push the sense of urgency. 3 minutes left, 14 points, and the Hawks are going to lose. Maybe they should have taken Kevin Durant instead of Joel Embiid. 8-point game, 7-point game, 25 seconds left, 9 seconds left. Now we'll hop in just to make sure nothing crazy happens. 123, 118. Clint Capella to inbound the ball. Who's going to be clutch? Who's going to save him? Looks like nobody. DeJounte Murray to Clint Capella to Trae Young, who doesn't shoot. What are you doing, Trae? Trae Young froze. Man, I don't know what happened there, but that's an embarrassing way to lose as Trae Young goes brain dead. He has a Ben Simmons moment of his own, and the Hawks come up short to the Pelicans, which means Joel Embiid is likely to be the next New Orleans Pelican. The Pelicans are now going to look like Luka, Shea, B.I., Zion, and Joel Embiid. If that's not a lineup that's going to dominate you, I don't know what is. Who do we give the overall boost to? I'll give it to Luka. He's a 98 overall as well. And let's update the maps to reflect that the Atlanta Hawks did fall in the Battle of the Juggernauts. Unfortunately, never were able to bite into that lead close enough. It was always like a 3, 5, 10-point game. And ultimately, they just couldn't pull it any closer and come up short. Pay for that. Paid for their hubris. And color. Boom. Bam. Boom. There you go. I'm coloring in the lines like a child, I can cry. There you go. The New Orleans Pelicans are just dominating America right now. Their only team that I think has a chance is the LA Lakers. But you still got Boston, you still got Minnesota, you still got the Jazz as well, all ready and willing to say, no, we are part of this. As we take out, who lost? The Hawks, right? Get the hell out of here. And one more spin as the spinner gets thinner. Lakers gonna try to make something of themselves. What direction are they gonna go? Can't go left. Can't go up and to left. Yeah, there's literally nowhere for them to go there. So thank you. Try again, Lakers. What direction do you want to go? You want to go down? Can't go down. You can really only go up or right. I think that's down and to the right. So, we're going to say that this is a Jazz matchup. Lakers versus Jazz. One of the two juggernauts left. I'm predicting a Lakers-Pelicans final matchup, whatever you want to call it. I mean, kudos to the Jazz for making it this far, but look, it's Colin Sexton and Damian Lillard, Steph Curry versus Devin Booker, then Kawhi Leonard versus Lauri Markkanen, Jared Vanderbilt versus LeBron James, Anthony Davis versus Nikola Jokic. I mean, it's not going to happen. All right, it's literally a team of Hall of Famers, perfect record versus the Jazz, who are, they're valiant. They're fighters. They got 8+ home court advantage. They got a 99 overall Nikola Jokic, but is that enough to win a game? It's really not. Damian Lillard is the official point guard, as there's, I guess, 3, 4 point guards on this roster that are all hyper ball dominant. Steph Curry comes off the screen open for 3 splash. Ooh, he missed. Ooh. Okay, Lauri bringing the ball up the court the other way. Nikola Jokic just running around everybody going in and gets his shit rejected by King James. King James coming on the break, kicks it to Kawhi Leonard, who spins, who passed. All right, we don't need to see this. Hopping into Simcast, all I pray for is a close competitive game, which we're probably not going to get. The Jazz are actually leading in the second quarter. Home court advantage. Who said that doesn't exist? Third quarter here, back and forth game going into the fourth quarter. Lakers have a little bit of a lead, about a 6-point lead here. 6 minutes left, and it's up to a 15-point lead. It's over. That's all she wrote. Lakers dominated. Jazz kept it close in the first half, but they just could not keep up with the star power of the Los Angeles Lakers. That's what we call in the business, a blowout. Devin Booker was okay, 36-9, nice. Nikola Jokic, 27, 12, and 6. And then Steph Curry went off for 52. While LeBron almost had a 25-point triple-double. And Anthony Davis was good, and Kawhi Leonard was good, and Demas was, 144 to 118. That feels about right. We'll be sending over, I guess, Nikola Jokic to the Lakers. And then I will move Anthony Davis down to a power forward position. That's his more natural position anyways, right? Right. So give AD a power forward drop. Meanwhile, who do we overall boost? Probably Braun. Get him up into the 99 club as well. That seems fair. Yeah. LeBron, gonna be a beast. Can they beat the Pelicans? That will be an interesting thing. And that's more interesting in real life than anything. Somehow the Celtics are still in this tournament as well, which is really just surprising. But boom. Boom. And boom. Boom. Bang. There you go. Lakers taking over all of the West. And the only thing that's standing in their way is North Dakota and Minnesota. Don't know what to say about that. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is fixed. Who lost? The Jazz? Get the hell out of here as the spinner gets thinner. 4 teams left. Celtics finally are going to get a turn. Who'da thunk? What does Boston want to do with their damn selves? Because there isn't a lot for them to do. They want to go down and to the right. Boston is just like the underappreciated team here. Do they want New York? Oh, we're going to have to spin again. Of all the directions, down and to the right probably isn't going to be good for them. They want to go up-ish. Okay, that's Vermont. Let's go, baby. Give them Vermont. Boston is just funny in this. They're just hanging around. They got some good players as well. You know, they're getting overall boosts. Are they actually doing anything? I'm not really sure. Are they going to do anything? I'm not really sure. They could be a sleeper. You never know. In these imperialist marches, maybe they just go on a run and dominate the NBA, but Boston going to be getting another overall boost. And I'm going to give it to Jaylen Brown. Get him into the 91 overall club. That way, Jason Tatum's a 96? Jaylen Brown's a 91. Let's keep going. Spin again. 4 teams left. All right, spinning one more time. 4 teams left, and it is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hey, where do the Timberwolves want to go? They want to go to the right? To the right, to the right, to the right. Do they want to? Nah, they don't want to take on the Pelicans, do they? Do they? Tell you what, we'll give them Kentucky. That way we can keep filling up some of these states. I know it's a little anticlimactic, but we need to fill these out. So, Phil, boom. Who the fuck is Phil? Who is that guy? Giannis is already a 99. DeMar's an 89. I think we give it to Karl Towns. Get him up to an 88 overall. I like that. I think he used to be an 88 overall before he got hurt as well. Next on the spinning list, one more spin. Who's going to go next? And the Los Angeles Lakers are ready. They're trying to take over America one jersey at a time, and they want to go up. That sounds like Minnesota to me. Look at the list. You look at the map. Up. I mean, there's only one team that's up, and that's Minnesota. Do we give them? Do we try to fill out North Dakota? I'm in. Let's do it. North Dakota. Just so we fill out the rest of these blank spaces. I mean, they're just here waiting to be used, if you will, like a car. But why not? Bam, 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 bam. There you go. Los Angeles takes over North Dakota. I mean, we're getting down. We're getting to the nitty gritty. We're getting to the final minutes, the final battles of these superpower teams, and they're already as good as they can get. LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, 99 overalls. Do we get Anthony Davis up to the 99? I need to update. Come on, 2K. I'm in the middle of something here. Don't do updates at 12 in the morning. Next spin, 4 teams is the Timberwolves. All right, Minnesota. Where do you want to go? Where can you go? You kind of taken over too much of America. That's down and to the left. Are they saying I'm sick of your BS? Or are they saying I want to take over Missouri? I think they want Missouri. So we're going to give them Missouri. I know, I just need to fill out the remainder of this map. Give Minnesota a little size boost as well. We got Minnesota, New Orleans, and then Boston, tiny miny Boston. Of course, this freaking updates thing is going to be in my way until I go to the main menu. So Giannis, 99 overall. DeMar. Let's give DeMar a 90 overall rating. Okay, feels good. We got 2 90s on the Timberwolves now. Who is next? Who's going to spin to win? Bam. Spin, and it's the Boston Celtics finally taking an angle, trying to go somewhere. They want to go to the right. I guess he can have Maine. Sure, go ahead. Take Maine. Enjoy it. Nurture it. Become one with it. Become Maine. You are my main attraction. Bam. All right, Boston finally starting to grow in size a little bit. Are they going to be competitive? Who knows? Their only chance is to take on the Pelicans, which is going to be interesting. I give an overall bump to Jason Tatum. That's fair. Up to a 97 overall at this point. And the next spin. Spin. It's the Timberwolves. All right, Minnesota. What do you want to do? There's only 4 teams left. 2 super juggernauts. You can't go up. You literally can't. There's nowhere up for you to go. You are up. Unless you want to take on the Lakers. I think you go down, left, or right. Those are your 3 directions. Take a pick. Take a pick. Take a pick. You want to go right-ish? Right-ish? I think that's the Pelicans. So we got Timberwolves, Pelicans coming up next. Timberwolves versus Pelicans to be 3 remaining teams. You got D'Angelo Russell versus Luka Doncic. Anthony Edwards versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. DeMar DeRozan versus Brandon Ingram. Okay, Giannis versus Zion. That's just like a literal mirror matchup, except Zion is like squished down version of Giannis. And then Karl Towns versus Joel Embiid. Should be better than it actually is, since Joel Embiid is one of the best players in the NBA and Karl Towns is not quite. Pelicans have home court advantage. Pelicans have literally everything. And the Minnesota Timberwolves pull off some kind of upset. Can they even make it a close game as Giannis grabs the ball? DeMar DeRozan going to get the first possession here. Play called for him. The play is go around Brandon Ingram, get a screen, and shoot over Joel Embiid and miss. Nice play. Luke grabs the rebound. Yeah, I'm thinking Pelicans win by 60, but you never know. It's the 2K. It's one game. It's a winner take all. March Madness, if you will. Imperial Madness, and Luka just gets a easy 2 points. Like there wasn't even defense being played. Oh boy. Well, Pelicans jump out to a first quarter lead. They have 35-30 in the first, second quarter, third quarter. I mean, it's a close game. It's not a blowout. At the same time, you like the Timberwolves to go in, take a little bit of lead, but here we are in the fourth quarter, 102-98. Pelicans starting to pull away here. Timberwolves holding it steady, and we're going to hop in, actually. It's been a while since we got to enjoy some 2K gameplay. Quotes around enjoy. 109-114. 109-117. All right, 111-119. Probably not close enough to be a really good matchup, but hey. Gonna hop in and see what happens. DeMar DeRozan calling for the ball. 6-point game. No, 8-point game. And DeMar is gonna pick up the foul. 6 fouls on Jalen Green. He's fouled out. Can the Timberwolves pull off the miraculous upset? DeMar DeRozan at the free throw line. He's usually money. He is yet again. Zion gonna take the ball out. 6-point game. So you got 1 minute, 30 seconds left. You probably want to get at least 2 or 3 more stops if you're the Timberwolves and get scores on the other end before you can even say that they have a true chance. As Luka's going to take this 3 off the screen, misses. Rudy Gobert grabs the rebound, kicks it to Giannis. Who's taller, Rudy or Giannis? Giannis got Zion on him. Should be a mismatch. It's not. Screen set by Rudy, and Giannis is taking a 3. All right, well, then the game's over. Yeah. So the game's over. Ooh, Giannis, goaltends. Hello? All right, kicks it to DeMar DeRozan. DeMar goes around, gets an easy 2 points, and now it's a 4-point game. 56 seconds left as the silky smooth DeMar just went right around the defense. Who's got the ball this time? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the greatest closer in the NBA, gonna get a screen. Anthony Edwards goes around it like it's nothing. Luka on D'Lo. That's a mismatch coming in for the double. I don't know what happened, but Giannis with another goaltend. Giannis with another foul. Giannis grabs the rebound. Is Giannis a 99 overall? 4-point game. 36 seconds left. They need a score, and Giannis going in transition. Throws it down. Misses the dunk. Giannis has missed a 3 and a dunk. Imagine if we made both of those. It'd be 120-119. Instead, Jonas Valanciunas is at the free throw line, trying to extend this lead. Close, epic game. Unfortunately, what do I always say? Giannis can't shoot. And that's going to be the biggest downfall of this Minnesota Timberwolves upset bid. 32.8 seconds left. And the best player on the court cannot shoot a lick. Get anything more than 2.5 feet away from the cup, and he's going to miss. Anthony Edwards jacking up a 3 over Luka. Misses, no surprise. And Luka's going to get this foul. And that's pretty much going to be game. Luka's going to ice this out. For all the good that the Minnesota Timberwolves did here in this epic battle of titans, they're ultimately going to come up short to the New Orleans Pelicans, who just had too much talent, and Giannis can't shoot. Giannis for 3. I mean, this is just ugly. I can't even watch Simcast to the end and cry. 128, 115. Giannis can't shoot. Luka was okay, 25, 11, and 9. Joel Embiid, 22 and 7. Shai, 18. Brandon, 17. Zion, 16 and 9. Giannis was okay, 6 of 17. 7 to 10 from the free throw line. I mean, hey, hey, shoot. Naz Reid, 19 points. Okay. D'Lo, they needed a little more help from Karl Towns and DeMar DeRozan, and yet they got none. The Timberwolves fall, and that means the Pelicans get to pick up probably the best player in the NBA, athletically speaking, in Giannis, 99 overall, and let's give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander an overall bump up to a 94. Sure that we fix the map of Imperial armies marching. Bam, bam, bam. And unfortunately, the Minnesota Timberwolves are ousted, which means the New Orleans Pelicans are going to ride, going to roll. And we got basically 2.5 teams here. Lakers, Pelicans, and then the Celtics are over there as well. They're just like, hey, we're still here, you guys. We're still here. I'm spinning the arrow. I don't know why. And this thing looks like Timberwolves get the hell out of here as the spinner gets thinner. 3 teams left. Oh, just landed on the Celtics. So the Celtics are going to be probably taking on the Pelicans. I don't think there's anywhere for them to go. Yeah, we'll cut the BS. It's going to be a Pelicans Celtics game. Celtics at Pelicans. Marcus Smart versus Luka Doncic. Malcolm Brogdon versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Jaylen Brown versus Giannis. Jason Tatum versus Zion. And Robert Williams versus Joel Embiid. Funnily enough, the Celtics didn't play anybody. They didn't beat anybody. They've just gotten small overall boosts, so I don't expect them to stand a chance against the juggernaut formerly known as the New Orleans Pelicans. But you never know. 2K simulation is always funny. It's always cheesy as the Pelicans win the tip with just a ridiculous squad of superstar caliber players. Joel Embiid, of course, leading the way. And what does this play? It's just nothing. Okay, send a screen. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just goes around everybody and throws it down over the entire Boston Celtics quote-unquote defense, whatever that means. Jason Tatum gonna have to have like 80 points tonight if they won't even come close. Getting right into the lane, gonna draw a foul on Zion Williamson. We're gonna hop into Sim Cast. First quarter, is it a blowout yet? No, the Celtics on the road have a 12-point lead going into the second quarter. Back and forth game, about a 6-point lead going into halftime for the favorite Pelicans, and they're starting to stomp on the throats of the Celtics. You thought there was a chance when you saw that first quarter, didn't you? Didn't you? Well, there's not. I'm sorry. Thank you and good night. The Pelicans are just going to completely dominate, completely sweep. 140 to 121. Shai was good. Giannis was good. Luka was good. Brandon was good. Joel Embiid was good. Zion was good. As for the Pelicans, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum did their best, and the rest of the team just could not put up, stick up. Unfortunately, the Celtics just did not have anything left. So let's fix the map. And of course, we're going to have, a big matchup, Lakers versus Pelicans. Sorry, Celtics. Good night and good luck. And we'll do one last spin, even though there's no real point anymore. Boston Celtics, get the hell out of here. 2 teams left on the wheel as the spinner gets thinner. New Orleans Pelicans gonna take on the Los Angeles Lakers. Only one direction for them to go. That was the wrong direction. Although theoretically, there's some states here, like what is this? New Jersey. Nobody took New Jersey yet. I'll give him New Jersey. All right, here you go. Enjoy. New Jersey is yours. What kind of overall boost do the Pelicans really need? What is one overall bump gonna do for the Pelicans? Here you can have Luka Doncic join the 99 club. There you go. All right, continuing the spinner, and this is really to determine who gets home court. Let's be honest here. The Lakers. And the Lakers, they really have nowhere to go, right? You look at this, they can't go to the left. I'm sorry, game. Of all the directions, they can't go. It's to the left. So try again, my friend. I think the Pelicans are going to have home court. Now, you might not have noticed this, but I actually changed up the conferences. So the Pelicans are in the Eastern Conference. So I'm going to have these 2 teams actually meet in the finals. Lakers versus Celtics, and it looks like, or not Celtics, Pelicans, and it looks like the Pelicans are going to have home court advantage. Here we are, final game of this entire imperialistic simulator, Lakers versus Pelicans. As you can see, the Lakers completely dominated the Pacific Northwest, all of the middle of America, this side of whatever this stretch of like North Dakota and South Dakota is. The Pelicans dominated the South, and then they took over the Hawks, and they took over the Hornets and they took over the Timberwolves and they effectively just ate up all the other teams that were doing all the hard work for them. So Lakers versus Pelicans, and I have it all set up as well. So this is game 7 of the NBA Finals. Who'd have thunk it?
The moment
Game
has
7
arrived.
of the
Game
NBA
7
Finals.
of the NBA Finals.
All right, shut up, announcer man. I don't need you here because we have two incredible teams going at it, looking to win a championship, looking to be the true America's basketball team. Of course, the Los Angeles Lakers have a ridiculous roster. Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, Nikola Jokic, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Pelicans led by Zion, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis, Luka, and Joel Embiid. First possession's been kind of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander splashes from 3. We're just going to hop in, enjoy some of this gameplay. I'll do probably like 3 possessions and then we'll simulate to the 4th quarter. Hopefully it's a close game because we got kind of screwed over from fun games. Nikola Jokic got a mismatch on him and he just cooks for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You want a highlight of him cooking? There he is. Look at Chef Jokic. Ain't no joke about his spin move. Ha! You see what I did? Okay. Zion versus LeBron. That's just a freaky matchup there. Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic. You love that. I mean, this is just all the matchups that you want, minus the fact that Damian Lillard and Steph Curry are on the same team. Luka versus Dame. Double coming over. And Shai taking a contested 2. Misses. Luka grabs the offensive board. Puts up like 7 ball fakes in a row. Shai kicks it out to Giannis. You know that Giannis can't shoot. Zion Williamson fading. Making. Zion can't believe himself that he made that shot. Woo! Over the outstretched arms of Nikola Jokic. And we'll hop into Simcast. Hopefully this is a close game. Lakers jump out to a big first quarter lead. In the second quarter, kind of a competitive game here. Back and forth going into the third quarter. Now the Pelicans are taking a 1-point lead. 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left, 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left. Yeah, we'll hop in right here. 8 minutes left in the game. 4 minutes left in the game. 8-point lead. And let's see who's got the guts, who's got the chutzpah, who's got game 7 of the NBA Finals in their blood. CJ McCollum is in the game. I try to feel about that, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes around LeBron James, who's a million years old, and kicks it. CJ contested 3, misses. 80 with the rebound. And Domantas Sabonis is on the court. Who'd have thought that? Sabonis being guarded by Zion Williamson. LeBron James being guarded by his former teammate, and he loses the ball. I think he tries to pass through Brandon Ingram. Shai coming the other way. Gives it to CJ. And what's Joel Embiid going to do here? Just going to hold and not do anything. Good offense here. Really, really A-plus offensive sets that you guys are running. LeBron doesn't even notice the screen. Shai's going to take a contested step back and miss. Yes, sir. Wow, Jokic stepped out of bounds like 4 times there. And the Pelicans haven't scored in the last 43 minutes. It's an incredible defensive stop. What is this game? 2K is so freaking broken, dude. And Anthony Davis wide open for the backdoor cut. The Lakers look like they are going to be walking away NBA champions. Take a quick peek at the box score. Giannis having a solid game, 25, 6, and 6. Zion Williamson, 21. Luka, 15, 6, and 15. That's weird. Shai, 14. CJ, 9. Joel Embiid, Brandon Ingram, Jalen Green, really unimpressive for the Pelicans. Anthony Davis, 24 and 11. Kawhi Leonard, 24, 4 and 5. Dame, 20. Nikola Jokic, 17, 10 and 9. Steph Curry, 14 and 7. And LeBron James, 10, 6 and 8. It looks like Steph and Dame Dalla are about to check in. For whatever reason, Willie Green has decided not to play Luka and Giannis. Are they in foul trouble? Is that what's gonna bring down this whole game? Luka fouled out. Giannis has 4. This game, man, just I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, they still have Joel Embiid. He goes around, passes up an open layup, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets his shit blocked. A wide open layup, and Joel Embiid passes up like Ben Simmons. All right, getting the starters to check back in, not named Luka bleeping Doncic. And I'll never understand. I don't think Zion's in, is he? Oh, there he is, wide open on the back door. And he misses, gets his own rebound. Oh boy, the Pelicans are just dysfunctional right now. Their offense is not running at all. Shea kicks it. Joel Embiid makes it. 8-point game. 2 minutes left. Pelicans need to get a stop and a score, though. This game is starting to get away from them. There's only so much time left. The clock is against them. Lakers taking an unnecessary timeout. We got Damian Lillard and Jalen Green making an appearance before Giannis does. Okay, Steph Curry wide open for 2 and misses? Loose ball picked up by Jalen Green. Okay, was not expecting that. The rookie, I guess second-year guy, at Anthony Davis. That's certainly a mismatch, except it's not. Shea versus Steph Curry, though, is a mismatch. Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic, and Joel Embiid puts up the contested 2 down to a 6-point game. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left. Lakers gonna have to hold on to this, but the crowd is rocking out there in New Orleans or wherever they are. Steph Curry open for 3 splash. Ooh! He missed? I'm always surprised when Steph Curry misses anything. Brandon Ingram versus Kawhi Leonard. 2 freaky athletes kicking it to Joel Embiid, best player in the NBA. Joel Embiid pump faking. I think he pump faked a few too many times, and then he throws it away to Anthony Davis. Oh, no. Well, I'm rooting for the Pelicans just to make this close, but they're just draining the clock. The Lakers have too many good players, and Anthony Davis is wide open for another dunk. What kind of defense is this? What are you doing, Zion? Did you even try? Joel Embiid running the point center. 8-point deficit. They need a bucket. Period. You got to get a score in this possession. I don't care if it's 2 points or 3 points. You need to score. Joel Embiid trying to pick out his do-it-yourself kit, and he misses. And that is probably game here. Lakers can just drain the clock. Get it to under 40. Ooh, Steph Curry throws it away for no reason. Kicking it. Zion Williamson kicking it to Joel Embiid, who dunks it. 6-point game. 53 seconds left. Steph Curry trying to throw the game for the Lakers. He said, I know y'all rivals. I'm going to blow this on purpose. Steph Curry takes a early in the shot clock too, but Nikola Jokic is there on the offensive glass, and he gets fouled. Then he gets the and one, and that's going to be it. That is game over. Los Angeles Lakers are, I don't know how to say this, but they're frustratingly the best team in America and the best team in the world. And I guess, you know, not surprised. I was surprised when the Hornets were doing good, when the Pistons were doing good, but for whatever reason, Giannis is a black hole to teams. Wherever he goes, they end up losing. CJ McCollum, open for 3, miss. And I guess he just can't beat Anthony Davis when injuries are turned off. Simple as that. And the Lakers are going to be the champions of this. I don't know how long the actual video turns out after editing, but holy crap. I'm in hour 4.5 as Anthony Davis is running out of bounds like a fool. What are you doing, AD? Don't go unshacked a fool as you're about to put up the Larry O'Brien trophy. Yeah, this was a long one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. I appreciate any and all of you who stuck around and are watching through these final moments as the clock expires. Is this Russell Westbrook getting to dribble out the clock? Of all the players, Russell Westbrook is the one who dribbles it out for the champion Los Angeles Lakers.
Incredible team. This Larry O'Brien trophy, and I believe this suitcase are yours.
The NBA Finals MVP probably goes to LeBron. Maybe Joker. Maybe Joker. We'll have to see. Come on. And it goes to LeBron James, still the best player in the NBA, supposedly. The #1 King James fittingly wears the crown of the entire nation, and the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be your champions. Let's just make the final touches here of this map. Unnecessary, but we came all this way. Let's make sure that y'all know. Y'all put some respect on the Lakers name. Lakers, let's ride. I don't know. I got nothing funny. The NBA isn't as funny as the NFL is. Los Angeles Lakers, let's ride. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.